All right. What a crazy ending for Duke and Carolina. Now I'm going to be streaming the the Georgia and Alabama game. So this will conclude my other stream. So peace, y'all. Go. Oh man, what a win for Duke. What's up, random editor? We're in the end game right now. Run. Last win was against time Duke won against North Carolina was when Daniel Jones was the quarterback. Hey, what's up?
Yo, you interested?
You saw that shit, Spongy? What do you have to say now? We won against North Carolina, bro. What do you have to say?
Wait, y'all won?
Yeah, we won. We came back from 0 to 20.
Yo! Oh yeah, we won.
Sorry, I'm back. What happened, Mike?
Yeah, dude came back from 0 to 20.
How'd you guys come back? Like, what?
Yeah, he was talking all that shit when we were down.
No, like how'd you come back? You didn't answer my question yet.
So Star Thomas was like pushing the ball downfield,
Yeah.
and they he scored like 2 touchdowns. Peyton Jones also scored a touchdown, and Carolina was all they needed was a field goal to win it, and the ball was intercepted, so Duke ended up winning.
Oh, so is North Carolina frauds? Are they frauds? Maybe. It's now a good time to officially say that.
They lost to James Madison. I knew they were frauds back then.
Do you want me to show you some stuff, Mike? If you put me on the big screen. Tom Brady signed photo. Jalen Hurts signed Super Bowl football. Cooper DeJean signed helmet. I think that's Dwayne Wade.
It looks like
photo.
Georgia's gonna here soon.
Michael Kendricks. Jalen Mills. Let's see if there's any Bears helmets in here.
All right, let me
Lawrence
know.
Taylor. Yeah, I'll let you know. OBJ. Trey Sermon. No, I don't see any trashy Bears helmets. Sorry, Mike. Literally nothing Bears. Yeah, you're down bad, Mike. You are down bad.
I'm not.
There's
My
a
team
Dennis
won.
Rod-
My team won today, so
There's a Dennis Rodman signed jersey, and there's about it.
damn, that seems packed. The Alabama State. I'm convinced that's sold out. That has
It
to be sold
probably
out.
is, Mike. They're two powerhouses, bro. I don't know what you expect.
I know it's fun to commentate about sold out arenas.
Not really.
All right, so here we go. Here comes Georgia. They'll receive. And here we go. Inside the, what a good return by, oh no, that was Alabama, my bad.
Yeah, you're bad. You're bad, Mike.
Jalen Milton. Is it Jalen
Milrow.
Miller?
Milrow. Like, you know, row your boat, Mike?
Mm-hmm. Milrow.
Yes, there we go.
Jalen Milrow. Okay. Milrow.
Okay, Mike.
Here we go. Milrow takes the snap. Caught. 2nd and 1.
Man, Mike, I see no more Justin Fields stuff. That's sad. You're down bad.
Your
Mike.
existence of a Philadelphia fan is sad.
And Justin Fields is sad.
Gonna be holding on the offense.
So I don't want to hear it, Mike.
Milrow.
Oh, Mike. Here we go. Here Here's something for you. This is for your
Second.
I guess it is random editor.
It's my second time watching Milrow. No, Milrow. No, Milrow. My bad.
And like they literally have nothing Bears related. That's sad.
Milrow.
Milrow.
Milrow. Milrow.
There we go, Mike.
Milrow. Second and 7, Milrow. Takes the snap. Look, he tries to scramble, and Georgia's defense was ready. Milrow. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Milrow. Milrow. Oh, got free play. Throws. Caught. But even if it's incomplete, which it probably is, it's going to be a first down for Alabama. Milrow. Think of it as it's the number one offense versus the number one defense. Practically. Milrow takes a snap. Caught. It looks like it's a first down. Milrow hands the ball off. First down. Milrow takes a snap, throws, caught, first and goal, Alabama. Henderson Jr. with the catch. What a throw by Jalen. Hands the ball off here. So Duke's last win against North Carolina prior to today was 2018 when Daniel Jones was the quarterback. Milrow.
No, Milrow.
Milrow. Milrow takes a snap, escaping pressure. He scrambles, and he's still on his feet. What a run! Watch him, bruh, says random editor. Milrow. Milt. Takes a snap. Oh, he takes it himself. Mirror.
Where's YTC at?
I think he's hanging out with his girl.
He'd love to see this, right?
Besides Carson Beck, who's eligible for this draft, I don't think.
You're talking about Georgia quarterbacks?
Yeah.
They have plenty of guys.
Touchdown Alabama, but there's a flag.
Mike, they really have plenty of guys. One guy that is behind.
Yeah, but he's really just scouting. YTC's just scouting for a quarterback.
I know, but Carson Beck isn't it. But
Jalen, here we go. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Jalen Milrow. Jalen Milrow. He ran it in that bitch. All right, here comes the extra point. And the extra point is good. To me, it's Milrow or Juan. I want next draft if we don't go the Arch. just in case. What? Him? All right, random editor. Time for your defense to step up against Carson Beck. That Kentucky game, I don't know. Kentucky, they've been surprising lately, so. But we'll see. We'll see. That was Georgia's first touchdown allowed. All right, that's as low as it can go. That was the first time Georgia allowed a touchdown all season. Okay, so here comes Carson Beck. All right, here we go. Beck. Takes the snap. Throws. Caught. First down. Takes a snap. Beck. Play action. He throws. Oh, nearly caught. Beck takes a snap. Pass is caught. Oh, they said they're claiming it's a fumble. Georgia, keep it. Almost a disaster for the Bulldogs. That ball is out. They're just making sure it was a clear recovery. So I think they are. It is a fumble, but Georgia recovered it. Trevor, though, might actually be... Oh. I guess they wanted to make sure that it was a clear recovery. Beck takes the snap. 3-man rush on that. Caught! Probably going to be offensive pass interference. That was clear offensive pass interference. All right, it's 3rd and 20. Damn, random editor, you weren't kidding. It's looking like it's loud as a motherfucker. Beck takes the snap. He throws. And yeah, incomplete, even though he caught it. What? All right, so here comes the punt. Oh, he got it, just barely. There's videos of it in person. Shit's it. Oh, I would hate to be there. I would hate to be there. Jalen Milroe. I would hate to be there, to be honest. Love it. Oh, yeah. All right, no worries, YTC. Any requests for next week? Because. All right, so no row. Nope. Hands the ball off here. First down and more. I already know I'm doing you. I'm gonna do Duke versus Georgia Tech. Any requests, people? First down. What a throw by Milrow. Old Miss versus Old Miss versus... All right, that's at 3:30. So that's if y'all can wait until that. Yo, get on, kid. You're fucking weird. Hands the ball off here. All right, I can do that, Spongy. But the time is t to be determined. So. Touchdown, Alabama! What a throw by Milrow! Roll Tide, baby. 12 weeks. Oh, for sure I can do that, YTC. Maybe Penn State versus UCLA might be the one that I might be searching for. This is not from ESPN. It's from a college website. All right, so 2 more weeks, people, until a live stream opening night. The Blackhawks going up against Utah. Going up against, I think it's Utah. Yeah, hockey club. Oh, Ray, yeah, he's. Shut up, Bumbler. Ryan Poles is at the Bama versus Georgia. Fair catch. So Georgia will start at the 25. Watch him. I can imagine the stadium pulse right now. Beck takes the snap. Throws. Oh, nearly picked. He would have had it. Beck almost threw it right to him on that. Beck hands the ball off here. Etienne, just for a couple yards. Beck. Alabama showing blitz. Takes the snap. Beck. Picked off! Random editor. Man, this team's rolling. Domain Jackson. Domain Jackson. YTC, don't say that too soon. You might draft him just because he's a nice guy. Milrow, first down. Milrow, first down. Milrow. Touchdown, Alabama. Damn. Touchdown, Bama. Milrow. Oh my God, Spongy. Random motor saying, "Roll die." Get on, kid. You're fucking dude. Get on, kid. Are you drunk? Are you drunk? Random editor. The job is not yet finished. You're up 21-0. If you're up 35-0, then you can say it. Then you can. All right, if you blow this, don't complain. All right, if you guys blow this, don't say I didn't warn you. Milrow. Beck hands the ball off to Etienne. Etienne got 6 on that. What the? Get on, kid. Get on, kid. Are you drunk? Yeah, get on, kid's drunk. Ain't no way. No, get on, kid's drunk. Beck hands it off. Bama's defense was ready. Nah, keep going, get him, kid. Bro, I'm asking as if he's drunk or not. Bro, are you drunk? 3 or 4, they're all for 3, and then all for 2 on 3rd downs tonight. Beck, they snap. Looking. Oh, and he dropped it. Pass interference. Yo, get on, kids. Yeah, he's drunk. Yeah, he's drunk. Get on, kids. The job is not yet finished. Random editor. Milrow. They snap. Leads. Straight belt to ass whooping. All right, are they gonna play here before the first quarter ends? All right, so this will be the end of the first quarter. Watch. You got no clue how it feels. All the last. Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand, but all that. But wait for the job to be finished. Seven people in here. Yeah. I'm surprised. Random editor. I'm surprised. Well, hopefully there's no Georgia fans that raid the stream, even though I think they will. Got 7 people in here. This game is over. Alabama is still the kings of college football. Hey, John, what was that about Duke not being legit? They just came back against North Carolina. What was that about Duke not being legit? Oh, and here we go. Duke is still ass, even after we beat North Carolina. Let them show up. They might put up more of a fight than they're at. They only are going to show up if their team is legit trying to come back.
Yo.
What's up, Get on Kid?
Yo. What's up?
Are you are you drunk?
Motherfucker, I had like 13 beers all day.
It makes sense why you're saying that.
Like, I expected nothing from you. But yeah.
Oh, Donald Trump's at the game? Donald Trump's at the Georgia and Bama game.
Yeah, put your fucking flashlight away, you noob.
Hey, he's always in the he's in the skybox box.
I mean, nobody giving zero fucks about Donald Trump.
Milrow takes the snap, first down, and a lot more where that came from.
Mike and Boston making out in the tree together. Boston Fields will be 4-0. Join the field. Hell no, bro. I will never, ever, ever join the Boston bandwagon, bro. Unless he gets involved in the AFC Championship, but that's like the fucking Earth exploding.
Milrow takes the snap. Oh, it's gonna be a Wildcat or not.
Sponge is muted, but it is what it is. So I guess I'm the one that gets to I turned this game off after that third touchdown.
It's 21-0.
Bro, I thought it was going to be a close-ass game, but this game is turning out to be a blow, so I just turned it off.
Scramble. Big
Michael.
game. Short.
Michael's a bumbleclot.
But
I'm so wasted right now, it's not even funny.
I'm your poppy.
My nigga, you ain't no fucking poppin' no one, bro. You are not the father, bro.
Oh. Wildcat. Oh, is he short? Yeah, he is. I'm Bama, I go for it.
Go for it. You shut this game away so we can end the stream and I can roast Michael backstage.
The fuck? Yo, get him, kid.
So, Michael, I gotta ask you something. I'm gonna put you in an ultimatum.
4th and 1. Here we go. He takes it himself. Milrow, here we go. Milrow, touchdown, Bama. Holy
This
crap.
game is over. Fuck this game, bro. This game is so disappointing.
That was. It had me fooled. I thought they were gonna run it.
So, Mike, there are several individuals that are tied up in TNT bomb, but you can only say one. Justin Fields or a pack of capybaras. Who are you saving?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Oh yeah, by the way, they're baby capybaras. They're not grown-up ones.
I gotta go with the capybaras.
Yeah, that's right, ma. That's right, ma. Embrace the capybara love. Alright,
I wonder how Sentinel. I wonder how Uncle Lou is reacting to watching this.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. Capybara over Bustin. Michael can't argue with that. Capybaras are better than Bustin. Embrace the capybara love.
He said it, not me, John. Do you think John Jay needs to embrace the love of capybaras?
No, but I do. Oh, all right, that's gonna be my last beer. Then I'm probably gonna go because I got a stream.
This stream is brought to you by State Farm.
It's brought to you by Plan B, Trojan, Tylenol.
Oh, is it Uncle Lou just uploaded a video?
Who the fuck is Uncle Lou?
You're about to see here in a second. All right, let me turn off the music.
All right, well, Georgia stuck. I'll be lucky to make a bowl game, and I'm not even trolling. Look at their schedule. They're gonna be lucky to make a bowl game. They're down 21-0 to Alabama, and the game's barely even started. Still in the first quarter. Obviously, I was way wrong about Georgia this year. I didn't pick them to go undefeated, but 21-0 in the first quarter. And this game's over.
Right.
Congratulations to Alabama. Congratulations.
Capybara means my mom.
This is an absolute massacre. Milrow running, Milrow throwing.
It's Uncle Lou. That's Uncle Lou.
Can't run the ball. This is
their baby.
This is bad for Georgia. There's no sugarcoating it.
Embrace capybara love.
Real bad. Real bad for Georgia. I mean, I don't know what you want me to come on here and say. Look at the rest of Georgia's schedule. At Texas, loss. At Ole Miss, I know they lost to Kentucky today, but come on. From what you've seen, you think this team's beating Ole Miss on the road? No. At home against Tennessee? No. This is an 8-4 team probably. 8-4 ain't making the playoffs, so it's disappointing. It's real disappointing. Outplayed, outcoached, out talented, and that's the worst part probably. Out talented. Recruiting the top 3 for 5 years in a row and getting blown out by Kalen DeBoer. So there ain't no more Nick Saban excuses. Oh well, Nick Saban. No.
Beck. ETN.
Dog
First
shit.
down.
A dog shit performance by Georgia on the road. Personnel. Kirby.
Man. What the fuck you doing?
21-0 in the first
Talking to me.
quarter. This is back to the fucking Jake Fromm days. Hey, Georgia winning 10 games. We
capybara.
Damn, Bama was ready for that.
You mean Georgia was raped bad, bro? Man, bro, they raped Georgia like how Kaiju violated Michael. You feel me,
The
nigga?
fuck?
You heard me.
Hey, I'm your puppy.
You're no one's poppy, motherfucker. The only poppy you'll ever be is a poppy of fucking, I don't know, of capybaras. That's the only thing you'll be the poppy of.
So I am a poppy.
No, you're nigga. I feel bad for capybaras, bro. Capybaras don't need to go through that much pain. Oh god, I'm so fucking drunk.
He even says he's drunk.
My Justin, you mean Bustin is Michael's
What
pop.
the fuck? Get on, kid.
Hey, YTC said it.
Yeah. I can't. Get on, kid.
Drunk get on kid is the normal butters. I would fucking shove a shotgun barrel down my throat, blow my brains out, and give Michael a golden shower if I was related to Michael.
The fuck? Yo, get on. Hey, get on, kid. Did you tap that ass?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Hey, it wasn't just any ass, bro. I'll tell you that much. All right. I'm turning all these games on, bro. There's nothing to watch. Why are college football games are always blowouts, bro? Why can't we have a solid competitive game? Capybara means Memo. Capybara feels so good.
Would you tap a capybara's ass, Get On Kid?
Nigga, I just because I'm drunk doesn't mean I'm not gonna snoop down to your level, nigga. What about Stanford? What's about the Stanford and Clemson game?
4th and 1.
I ain't watching this game.
They're going for it. Oh, ETN got the first down.
So Get On Kid is saying that he strike out. Nah, bro, I hit a home run. That drunk, but we shouldn't be doing this. Panocha action hits different. Or yeah, bro, that coochie, bro. When you're drunk, man, that shit hits harder than my dad on fucking report card day. You feel me?
Yeah, tell them, Get On Kid.
You never got fucking spanked in your life. Shut up.
I'm your poppy. I spanked.
You don't think you're gonna be spanking his your own ass when you get pegged? You fucking.
I'm your poppy, Get On Kid.
God, I'm so wasted right now.
I'm your poppy.
Nigga, you don't think you're gonna be poppy is the only poppy is Bustin Field.
Jesus Christ.
This game's a blowout, bro. Let's just entertain the fucking mic. Gummy Get On Kid. Okay, Gummy Get On Kid is better than Drunk. Damn, white to see. You're gonna do me dirty like that. Fuck. Oh, that one time I got high. Jesus. Oh my god. I imagine me drunk and high. Oh my god. Oh man. So Get On Kid. He said he blow out the candles and also eat that cake. I don't blow candles, but every now and then I'll eat that cake. You feel me?
Yo, Get On Kid.
What? Yeah, I had both. I had both the cakes, John. I had the dessert cake and I had that other cake, if you know what I mean. Man, okay, this Cincinnati and Texas game is sort of close. You like pie? Nah. I hate pie. Is overrated. Michael snips the panties at the fucking Walmart dressing room, and you all know how fucking Walmart smells ass.
I thought I was bad last night.
You are bad.
I thought I was bad last night when I was drunk, but you just leveled up.
That one that starts with P and it, nah, bro. I don't swing that way, bro.
Yo, what's up?
Hola, John Jay.
So what you're telling us is that you blew out the cake and you ate the cake too. My man, you got game. It's a
yes, sir. You know it. You know it, bro.
I know. I don't want to traumatize Michael because he's never had that lollipop.
Man, Michael will flinch once he sees pussy, bro.
Never mind. It's like The Rock says. Do you like pie? You like that pie? John pie. I plead the fifth.
Beck hands the ball.
Oh, there you go. Better.
Touchdown, Georgia.
He frosted that cake. There you go.
Random editor, are you scared? Georgia just scored.
This is a blowout. Go to the Penn State game.
Man, fuck this game, bro. This game's a fucking
Penn State. Let's watch the Penn State game.
What channel is the Penn State game on?
Illinois and Penn State, 2 ranked teams.
Mike's an expert cocksucker.
No, I hope not, Michael. I don't know what that means, John. Can you explain it to me?
Random editor, better not. You have to worry about your team not choking a 28-0 lead.
Oh wow!
They're gonna go for it on.
They're going for 2.
Yeah.
They got it. Oh, but hold on. There's laundry on the field.
It's on the offense.
What channel is the Penn State game, bro?
All right. What if Alabama scores? If they run up the score, then I'll switch it.
They will.
Michael turns into Kirby on Nintendo DS when he sees a lot. Damn YTC. Kirby. I don't get it. Can someone explain it to me? I'm not smart.
You don't know who Kirby is?
No, I know what Kirby is.
It's that little pink blob that sucks everything in. Yes, I mean it. I mean it literally. He literally sucks everything like a vacuum.
Kirby's the GOAT.
Man, Jigglypuff will clap fucking Kirby in Smash Bros. Quit playing.
I loved playing as Kirby in Smash Bros.
Man, I'll cook you with Jigglypuff. Sit your ass down, boy.
Hey! You want to hear something really funny?
You would only use Jigglypuff because I don't know if it's a dude or a girl, but I think it is a girl. But she uses that ability to put your ass to sleep.
It's general neutral.
So when I was a kid, I used to watch a show called Pokemon. I know it's a cartoon, it's not real life, but even Ash had some cake.
He had Misty.
Oh,
he had May.
John, since you're in here, can you give Duke credit? You said you would if they beat Carolina.
Okay, I'll give them credit, but they're still ass.
Like you see, that's being too now. Michael's fucking whale lord. That big ass whale.
Squirtle, LOL. While Michael is, oh my gosh, you guys have great euphemisms.
Nah, bro, Michael's No, he's not Snorlax. He's fucking whale lord.
Mike went out with a man. Damn, Apex.
Are we still on this? You're lucky. Apex, you're lucky. I'm not drunk like last night, bro.
Damn, the Orioles are blowing up the Twins. I hate life right now. Let's boycott the Twins.
A fictional character got more close to Michael. Damn.
Bro, when was the last time these bums won a game? Holy shit.
Why are you treating Apex like he's Jesus Christ?
Spongy is yo, that's the values from Team Rocket. And then Michael's fucking whale lord. Who the fuck is Wobbuffet? Oh no, it's Carcass. Carcass is Wobbuffet.
What about Kaiju?
Rocket.
What about Kaiju?
Kaiju's fucking, I don't know. My Kaiju is fucking, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Grumpig.
Also, the guy, I think there was a thing called Team Rocket. Even the guy from Team Rocket was getting some cake.
You mean James?
Yeah, whatever.
People have conspiracy theories that James is a woman.
What?
Are you dumb?
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, people have conspiracies.
I know. I have a conspiracy theory. What if Michael's not human and he's an alien?
You already came up with that conspiracy.
Oh, my bad.
Michael's from Kepler 22b.
My bad. I forgot. Michael's a capybara.
He called you a capybara.
That he looks just like him. Body type, basic.
You only have 4 teeth, and you eat your own shit for your vitamins.
You do realize you love capybaras just as much as me.
I only like the baby ones.
Mike might be an imaginary. We all might be crazy.
Babe, I'm already crazy.
Dude,
you got that from Mac. He got that from Mac Ultra. Mac Ultra said that before.
Oh my gosh! I don't care who said it. That is a good line. See, that's roasty. Those are jokes. They're funny. They make sense. Your jokes are just like F you, F you.
Man, I'm not streaming any Twins games next season, bro. This team sucks cock. Dude, we haven't won a game in so far. We got swept by the fucking Marlins, bro.
Marlins.
Yes.
Geez, they have not been good since Derek Jeter bought the team and then he sold the team. They've been horrible for over a decade. I think since they opened that new crummy stadium.
Michael, just because you went to a corn
It's a
site
snap.
that showed that's James. Oh my!
Oh, first down and more.
Michael, you watch too much femboy porn, bro. I mean, cut some slack.
I have some bad news for Michael and anybody else who visit those websites establishment. That's not real.
Oh wait, there's a flag. It's gonna be on Bama.
Mike, you went to incest, you fucking. Well, I'm not surprised, but still.
Oh, what the hell? No, I did not hear what I just hear.
No, I said there was a penalty on Alabama.
Oh, I
Mike
thought you,
Dirt Steelers games. Yeah, it's a fact. Give it that Justin Fields inflatable, a golden shower. You feel me?
You don't get them. All right, so it's gonna be 1st and 19.
Wait, who the fuck?
so I know Michael. I don't know what kind of music Michael listens to, but there was a song that came out when I was in high school.
Oh, Milrow! Oh my God, what a machine!
That's a pause. It's the weirdest thing.
Man, just imagine what Justin Fields scores tomorrow.
That's
That was
weird.
That was a 1st and 20.
I've never seen a man like feel so excited over a football play.
Justin Fields.
It's called being a commentator, John Jay. Maybe you should try it sometime.
Dude, I used to do commentate before you even tried, so I wouldn't even be talking. And I did a better job, even with people on the panel and reading my comments. Of course, I'm not a professional.
Milrow. Caught!
Mike sounds like a sped kid getting a cookie for good behavior.
Got that from Master J. Nice try. It would have been more funny if it was original. Random editor. I have to be Prime JR.
Prime JR.
Jim Ross.
I know who he is, but I don't know what Jim Ross has to do with this football game.
I have commentary.
Oh my God! Can somebody stop the damn match? Good God Almighty! I thought you banned this nigga for 24 hours. What? Did you finally come to realization?
I think if you time out somebody for 24 hours, it only times them out on that stream for 24 hours.
Nah, bro, you better not ban them, bro.
Well, then, don't give me a reason to. Takes a snap. Throws. Oh, that might have been too low.
You hear me?
Yeah. Well, you're failing, JR, Mike. You're a disgrace.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Are the Bears playing the Cardinals tomorrow?
No, the Rams.
All right.
That's a loss for the Rams.
I thought you picked the Rams to win.
No, I picked the Bears because Caleb's gonna break out and you're gonna fucking ride his dick by week 8.
I thought you picked the Rams on your pick'ems. I saw
Man, I
your.
changed my mind, bro. Fuck no, man. No, fuck the Rams, bro. Caleb Williams is gonna throw for 500 yards, 4 touchdowns.
500.
Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Random editor.
I'm home now. I was watching a bunch of soccer games at my local park because my buddy had 3 games today,
Cool.
and all the games were like 40 minutes each. So
That random editor. He's got quite a creative writing degree.
I know. For whatever the reason, Michael doesn't comprehend funny jokes. He just says, "Oh, that's lame." Well, what do you expect? You know, Michael jokes are so corny that he thinks the corny ones are the best.
Oh, I forgot to John and Sentinel.
Yeah.
Did you know Donald Trump is at the game?
Okay, I don't know what that has to do with watching a football game.
I'm saying he's at the.
Yeah, I heard what you said, but what's the point?
It's a famous.
That's his poppy.
I kind of already knew that, so it is what
Michael is glorious king.
It's still a free country, you know. You don't have to like the dude. He can still go anywhere he wants. But anyway,
Sweet home Alabama.
what the hell? Ooh, oh, that
Where the skies are so blue.
show you're singing whack.
Nah. Sentinel put in a request before you ran medical.
What? Oh, that dumb song with Nicki Minaj and some other lady.
Nah, Sentinel already put in a request before you ran a editor. So
I did?
yeah, you wanted me to review some alligator eating some.
Oh, I thought. Oh, yeah. Let me find it. You got to share the screen though. Everybody has to see it.
I have it in my watch history just in case you don't find it.
Michael,
I'll be able to find it.
Oh, after halftime, we got to switch to the Penn State Illinois game. That is way better than this one. I don't know.
John, not yet finished, John.
Because Illinois, I'm shocked that they're ranked in the top 20. I don't know when was the last time they were ranked that high. But again, with the new college format, we're going to start seeing teams that we have never expected.
Yummy. Right here. Old Crocky gets a nice little meal. Now, you will hear a lot of squealing and screaming. But it's nature.
Bro, escaping pressure. Caught! But he's going to be short. What does Baylor?
When I was at City College, there was a lot of these animal rights people.
Yeah.
Like one thing about me, I love talking to people even if they don't agree with everything I said.
Okay.
And I said, nature is something that you cannot control, and what happens out there happens. Just because we don't see it, because we live in a city, doesn't mean it does not happen.
All right, they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. They were successful earlier. If I'm Georgia, spy on Milrow.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yep.
Can you play the video for everybody?
I'll do it at the halftime.
Yeah, he wants to do it after.
Right.
Is there a timeout?
All right, I think Alabama called their timeout and final timeout.
I know because, like, one simple example, sharks. They're a fish-eating fish.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they feed themselves. They do as a lion. You know, there's no such thing as a vegetarian carnivore. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't get into those discussions with people simply because if they are passionate enough to organize and outside and voice their displeasure, they're probably not going to be open-minded.
Well, a discussion is not about changing a person's mind. There's a lot of people what they think. It's all about just common.
Right, 4th and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Get a quarterback spy on Milrow.
Still better than
Hands off here. Georgia, stop them.
Anyway,
My grandma in a wheelchair is better than Bustin's fails.
The Alabama quarterback is better than Justin Fields.
That's a fact.
Anyway, yeah.
Quarter pounder is better than Justin Fields.
Random editor.
He said it.
A tub of lard is better than
I don't know.
Bustin.
Crisco was better than Bustin Fields.
Oh, yeah. Georgia. Uh-oh.
Okay.
This was...
Beat the shit out of Georgia. Welcome. It's always the same 3 teams at the end of the fucking year. So either fucking Georgia, Alabama, Ohio, or what? Who else? Oh, yeah, I just saw it.
The job is not yet finished, random editor. You need to lock in. Oh, picked off!
Oh, yep. Mike talking too much crap.
Georgia's trash. This Iowa State game is pretty good.
I can't, bro.
Yeah, this game's over.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's look at that interception. Like, that was... What was going through his mind on that pick?
Well, nothing. He couldn't process it quickly enough.
That's what was going through his mind.
There's a reason why it's hard to be a quarterback in college, and even the best ones that go to the NFL, it's difficult.
That's why I love Brock Purdy, because that's what he has, is that muscle in between his ears.
Because a lot of people
processing power.
A lot of people think quarterback is very easy to play. There's a lot of things you have to do in like less than 5 seconds, where a quarterback can hold the ball, which is probably the most they're able to do, is 5 seconds.
Less than 5 at the most. Yeah, I would.
And so I used to have a quarterback coach who, when I was in high school, he was an assistant, and he taught me how to throw the football. And most people, they hold the ball like in the middle where the laces are. A great quarterback does not hold the ball where the laces are. Okay, you hold the ball at the tip, and that's why you get that perfect spiral.
Sort of like you have your pinky and your ring finger at the last 2. You just said it. The last 2 laces.
Yep.
Because I was watching a video on his mechanics and how he finished. It was more kind of like hips and wrist, how he threw it. It's because the distance, he told me the distance is determined more on the hips and the torso, the throwing motion, that kind of, the hips to the, it's not the arm necessarily, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yeah, basically so here is something I learned when I was in high school. If you ever played tennis, golf, if you were a pitcher or a quarterback, no matter what you do, when you are doing what you're supposed to do, your body is on a side trajectory, meaning that the front of your body is not looking down the field. It's the side of either your right side or your left side. So a quarterback, when they drop back, their body's not looking down the field. It's like they're to the side. Same thing as a pitcher. Same thing when a tennis player is hitting the ball with the racket. Same thing with a golfer. Your body is, to the side, meaning that there's a reason why you never see anyone throw or hit a ball with their front side of their body looking at the direction where the ball is supposed to. And so that's a rule of thumb. The same thing as a bowler. Like even a bowler, when they throw the ball, their body is like to the side after they release the bowling ball. And it's because that's how it is. Like when you're throwing something, even an Olympic javelin, when they throw it to the side. They don't throw their body. So yeah, it's a universal thing, and so you have it or you don't have it. Yep. Some people are just good at sports, by nature. That's why a lot of kids, when they're in elementary and middle school, they're really good because they're playing against their friends. But then they go to high school and they start realizing that there are other kids that are way better than them. And then you go to college and you realize, oh, now you know why very few people succeed after college. And then when they go to the pros, it's a very selective club. Those are the 1% of 1% that get to make the millions. And so what most people tell you, that there's many ways to earn a living in sports. Coaching is something, because, you still get to be part of the game. If you're a fitness person, or like if you know a sport and you want to use that skill and teach it.
Conditioning, yeah. I was going to say scout.
Mm-hmm.
You get to travel.
Yeah.
Not a lot involved. You're basically just taking notes. Shit, I'd love to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people are very fortunate. Like I was.
Oh, they gave it right back. Picked off. Georgia has it, but there's a flag. Hold up.
It's probably on the defense.
Offense. Penalties declined. First down.
Damn.
All right, if you're not going to show, I'm just going to put on the Penn State and Illinois game.
Random editor. I only saw the pick. I switched to the game to see if it was back on. I'm live. I'm on my computer. The game's on my computer, and I just saw the pick. All right. Let's see what Carson Beck.
Jesus, nearly another pick.
But that was almost a pick six right there.
He's fucking trash, man. He's playing scared. He's playing scared. He doesn't want anybody to take his job, so he just. Oh my god, Man,
how is this team?
I used to play linebacker. That quarterback told me everything I need to know in less than a second of where the ball was going. That's how bad this quarterback is.
Yep.
Oh my! You can tell he's taking way too long to process. He's not getting the ball out, and he's throwing ducks.
I know. And
it is what it is.
And I get criticized when the best quarterbacks that are on the best teams never pan out in the NFL. Why? Because when you have a lot of 5-star recruits on your team, so the best offensive line, the best receivers, best backs, best defense, and the best coaches, of course you're going to succeed. But when you have to go to an awful team and you're the young kid, and there are thousands and tens of thousands in a stadium, that when you make a mistake, they're going to turn on you.
Beck. He throws, the guy clobbered. Incomplete.
So I used to call Rumbo. But I haven't done it in I think in a year and a half. I just don't have time anymore. And I was saying, when we were talking about the Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, I said, and I told Rumble this: if people are tired of Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones is the same thing for these Mac Jones people. Oh, but he's younger, he's fresher, he has no health issues, and Kyle just needs a stationary quarterback. Not true. And I said, if you're looking for the quarterback that Kyle Shanahan really, really wants.
Oh, intentional grounding. So guess what? That's a safety.
Yeah. Anyway, See, Alabama won. Anyway, and I said the quarterback that he wants is not Justin Fields, it's Trey Lance because he runs that personnel set.
That's who I wanted. I wanted Trey.
Yeah. And so I explained to them, and people were like, you're dumb. You know what you're talking about. You know how the chat is? And I said, Kyle has been looking for 2 tight ends. Okay. He's been looking for a blocking tight end and a receiving tight end. He needs a fullback and a running back. Trey Lance had 2 tight ends and 2 backs. Now, of course, Trey Lance, we understand, and I was saying, the thing that worries me about Trey Lance is that for whatever the reason, he should have played in February all the way to when the draft starts so he could get his reps.
Yeah.
That conference said, you know what? Screw it. We'll play in the springtime. We'll play in the spring of 2021. Trey Lance should not have listened to his agent and dumb people around him. He should have played because he was still going to be drafted by the Niners. And so,
right. It's really his fault. It's his fault at the end of
And so Kyle Shanahan, who I said, and a lot of people, unsubscribe to my channel, stop following me. It's like Jimmy has, I think, at the time, 2 years left on that contract, and they wanted to develop because they were saying every time Jimmy goes down, Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard is our backup, and so Trey Lance was truly better upgrade for the backup. So they were looking for a backup quarterback, and I was saying we should not draft a backup quarterback at number 3 if you want to develop. And I was right. Right. And then after Trey Lance was drafted, the narrative of a lot of 49er fans, as fans, we forced him to fail because we were tired of Jimmy Garoppolo, and I can understand the argument, but everyone said he is not ready for year 1. He showed a lot of flashes when he was on the field, the arm strength, the mobility, the play action.
I remember that game against the Texans in 2021.
But he was not fast. Like compared to the competition, like he looked super fast when he was on a Division II, but he did not look as fast. And so when Brock Purdy came in, exactly you saw that the Brock Purdy speed. Oh, duh, he doesn't have speed, because these are what the draft people say. He has speed, and while he doesn't have Lamar Jackson, quick speed, he's able to roll out. And I said that. So it's just hilarious how many people were trying to rush this kid in. And if he was looking for someone to start immediately, he should have taken Justin Fields because he had more starts than Mac Jones. So, but unfortunately, Kyle's ego got.
I was against. Right. I was against Justin Fields simply because I've never seen an Ohio State quarterback pan out in the NFL.
I try not to use he went to this school.
I mean,
first down.
Of course, you get an outlier, of course, but historically, I mean, what schools develop better positions?
Listen, I know I get it to a certain degree, but you can't always say, "Oh, this quarterback's gonna suck because he went to that school."
Dwayne Haskins. Ohio State.
Yeah, he was good. I remember.
He was good in Ohio State, but he not so much.
I think first off, R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah,
that's the start. Okay, so in number 2, I think, and if he didn't die in that accident, I think he would have been not like in a. I think he would have been at least a decent. He would want to.
I had no idea. Holy shit!
Because he was on the Steelers.
Yeah, I know. Like we don't know what he would have been if, say, because he would have had an extra year over Justin Fields, so he would have had already year 5 or I think year 6. In the end.
Man.
We would have found out, but
yeah, you're right.
2.5 years ago, he was on his way to practice, and his car
was hit. Car crash, died.
Yeah, and he got out of a freeway, which was very, very should not have done, and he lost his life. And I remember a bunch of idiots on ESPN were belittling the kid. Like, the guy just lost, the family's, grieving.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, his career didn't look so well in Washington. So like a lot of people had like
Washington. I think Washington ruined Haskins.
I don't care about that argument. I'm just saying that when he left, like the reputation, or he's not a good quarterback. And so Mike Tomlin took him in, and I said this: the Steelers will always have a good defense because Mike Tomlin knows how to build defenses, even as the team gets older. But they always recycle young, good players. That's why they drafted Kenny Pickett, because Kenny Pickett was the more established, more pro-ready. But I knew he was a project, and now he's the backup to Hurts in Philadelphia. I think Haskins would have basically complemented the offense and would have been probably like a bridge quarterback just to run the offense until they're able to address the quarterback situation. And because they had Haskins for 1 year, who already learned, then they still would have drafted, but Pickett would have stayed learning behind Haskins. And so Kenny Pickett was thrust to that job, and he did not look good. And it's just sad that, things happen in the way. That's why I always believe if you're drafting the quarterback number 1 overall, it means you don't have a quarterback. They have to start. But if you're in the top 10 and you have like a veteran quarterback, or you got a quarterback who's like in their mid to late 30s, that's starter. Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but it's like the referees are trying to let Georgia make a comeback.
Of course they are. It's football. Football basically is gambling at this point.
Last week you did Wisconsin versus Alabama. Wisconsin is a really good, Big Ten school.
Alabama
rolled over them
like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they rolled over Wisconsin, and Wisconsin, I think today had a good game. I gotta look at the scores later. Georgia is a good team, but they're being outsmarted by Alabama. Alabama is king of college football. That's not going to change. Okay, a lot of the best players go there not because they want to. It's because that's the best school.
To be honest, I thought Alabama. It was gonna be the Patriots effect after Bill Belichick retired. Oh, Georgia still has it.
Mm-hmm. So that's about it. And even though Nick Saban left or retired or whatever happened to him, they got the Washington coach who led the team to a runner-up in the college football playoff. And so he's a really good coach. He made Fresno State really good, even though when they had Tedford, so he was pretty good. Then he goes to Washington. He recruits Penix because apparently he was an offensive coordinator in Illinois or Indiana. That's why he knew him, and he built a really good program in just a couple of years. So,
let's see what Carson Beck can do.
I have never seen the hype. I know a lot of people talk about, oh yeah, he's gonna be no. You'll see who the best quarterbacks, and like Terradome says, Cam Ward, who was in Washington State, now is with Miami. I can see why Miami is undefeated, and I think they might be one of the best teams. Okay, because Miami, they're not known like after from 2000 to 2010. They're not those Miami. So,
dude, they almost lost to Virginia Tech. That should have been a Hail Mary, though.
Yeah, Terradome was pissed off. He said, we lost. And then the ref was like, it's incomplete. So saved by the refs, but it is what it is. I know Virginia is pissed off.
That was so. You'd have to have how Christmas lights get tangled up, and you have to spend hours. That was what that play looked like. There were so many things happening during that play. You couldn't even tell who had possession of the football at the end of it. And where they landed was somewhere, but you couldn't tell where they landed either because it was near the back of the end zone.
All right, so Sentinel
I think they made the right decision.
Shout out to Sentinel for requesting this for this to be the halftime show.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Let me turn off the music. Hold
on. Keep the music going, I would say.
Dude,
this is pretty graphic.
Houston, I forgot. Houston is in the Big 12 because they were in the American Conference.
All right. So here we go.
And Brock Purdy's school is ranked 18th in the nation.
What? What? What are you doing? Goofball. I don't get a marshmallow right there. You got two of them right here.
Anyway.
Here comes Waterhead.
Look at him. He's like, man, I want this big.
Would be much better than
Look at Big back up.
Look at. Oh, pretty close. Oh, here comes Waterhead. Only God.
Messed up.
Yeah.
We need to beat them with one of these pigs.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's
going in.
I never noticed them throwing food.
I know, yeah.
They're trying to loot.
Yeah.
This is the first time I ever really noticed that.
Whoa. Yo,
Oh, that thing's injured already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would cut the video. I never saw them throwing stuff to try to lure it.
Mm-hmm. You can see, you can see why
what a piece of shit.
They were encouraging the behavior.
Yeah, they were encouraging the pig to go to the water so it would get eaten.
I think I might have traumatized my viewers.
Number one, I grew up in the hood, so I've seen things like that. That's nature. That's like eat or be eaten.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to help, but kind of let things just naturally happen.
The Giants beat the St. Louis Cardinals. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares?
I know, right?
If we win the last game, my prediction of 81-81 came true. But I'm not going to speak. Yep.
At this point, it's like,
yeah. This was a year for Bob Melvin to find the players that were in the farm system and evaluate the veterans that he had. And I think he did a good job. And now he'll have a full baseball off season. And then I know he is looking at the young guys, and of course, hopefully, because I've said this to Damon Bruce so many times, I hope Farhan is not afraid to pull the trigger. And I'm not asking for an Ohtani or someone of a big name. Just bring in someone who has a bat, because I know we got some guys who can hit the ball now, and get a pitcher. Strengthen that rotation.
Yeah, for sure.
Or if he feels that the rotation, make sure we have a good setup, because now with the new MLB, now you need to use 4 pitchers in the bullpen. So strengthen the bullpen, because that's all we need right now. Yep.
I'm surprised I'm surprised random editor didn't say anything after that. The guy, they kept on throwing the food.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's a dick. Whoever was
My bad. I never noticed that aspect of the video. I was always staring at the crocodile and the pig. So I didn't notice it.
To be fair, I can't blame you, because I was when I didn't know that they were throwing it until the second one.
Yeah,
it happens. Is what it is. And then last offseason, when the Niners signed Jung-Hoo Lee, there's a lot of promise that this kid has. Now, he's not going to be shelling out the numbers in the home run category, but the guy, when he gets on base, is very quick. I know a lot of people don't watch South Korean baseball, but a lot of the players on the national team are like they're all-stars, and he was one of their junior, world, baseball players. He's been very consistent at a very young age, and his great fielding abilities. Now, he learned playing at Oracle Park that is a brick wall. That's what got him hurt. So now he knows to not jump on a concrete wall and slam his shoulder. Anyway.
What, your guys' center fielder, John?
Yeah. The good thing, he's still young. He'll be 26. So.
Yeah, and I think this was a year where you guys really weren't going to make it.
Yeah.
And with him, and you got to see a lot of. I think you guys are going to be much better next year. Pick up some vet arms and free agency and stuff like that. I think you guys will get Blake Snell back. I think you guys will get Matt Chapman back. No, he signed a 7-year extension.
He signed a big contract, so he better live up to that money.
Extension. I mean, he's played well the middle of the year and the second half of the year. He's played much better than he did in the first half.
He needs to raise that batting average. Like the stats, his home runs and RBIs are pretty good, but you got to raise up your batting average. It means you're striking out a lot when your batting average is below the 250s.
But see, that's
horrible. We shouldn't have a team that's below 300 in batting.
I know, like we had no hitters that played the full season with a 300 batting average. That is not good. Meaning that
thank God
Bungie
did not see that.
What?
Okay.
What happened?
We were Sentinel requested a video of this and I didn't even know that they were trying to lure the pig into the trap.
Dude, that was the least worst thing of your stream, man. Because you had Get On Kid, who assumably what was a little bit over the influence. You had, of course, your trolls talking crap about what and calling you dumb names. That's like probably the most relaxed thing that they saw. So,
hey Mike, how do you feel about Malik Murphy now? He's taking your team to an undefeated year. How do you feel about him now? Because you've been talking trash about him.
To be honest, I never understood the hype around him.
Hype.
No, I'm talking
Duke fans, Mike.
No, I never, because he only started like 2 games on the Longhorns. He only started like 2, so I really never understood the hype around him.
The reason there was a little bit of hype around him is he was from the Texas Longhorns, really good school, and I believe he was a 4 or 5-star quarterback coming out of the portal. Mike, as a Duke team who sucks, he's one of, and his build, he's 6'5", whatever, a scrambling quarterback. That's why he also got a lot of attention. I'll be right back. Oh, Apex was in here. Come on, Apex, come back in here. Did Mike ban you for the rest of the day?
He probably timed him out for 24 hours like he always is.
I would have told you if I was timing him out. No, it's not timed out. I'm down.
The Big Ten. The Big Ten, they capitalized on what the Pac-12 tried to do, and now they are kings of college football.
Get on eats cake and Mike eats balls. Great comment that random edited.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember when Ryan would talk about some attractive woman? I think she was like Megan the Stallion. He would always say that she got some good cake, and he's not wrong.
I'll give Malik Murphy this. That was the first time Duke has ever beaten North.
I don't like any of these pop stars.
Ever
I think
since
they're all
2000
turning. I think
last
they're
time
turning a.
North
Wait a
Carolina-
minute. I'm saying something important. I think these pop stars with this stupid boss bitch attitude and acting like whores, I personally think is terrible for younger women. I mean, there was Madonna, but that was more targeted towards an older demographic. Now everybody is doing twerking videos and all of this type of just crap. And all the while, men are becoming more feminine.
Look at Illinois.
Soft. So there's been this like opposite reaction, opposite effect. Men have become less aggressive, less alpha. Women have become more aggressive, more alpha, and I just think it sets a really bad precedent.
It's a new generation. That's all I can say.
Yeah, a generation that's going to be single moms, basically. Nobody's going to have a normal family anymore. They're not going to get married because most marriages end in divorce these days.
What's the point of getting married?
There's no point. Don't get married. It's a waste of money. Waste of money. It's a waste of time. Women want a wedding. Men want a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, our grandmothers, God bless them, were the women that we should be like living up to as far as working hard for, seeking out to get. But I'm just as responsible for this. The hookup culture in the late 90s to early 2000s. And then you've got these really, I've seen the effects on it. I mean, even women who are a little younger than you, John, but in their 30s act like that. And I'm thinking to myself, who raised you? And that's all I got to say about it. That's my little rant.
Yep. Well, that's never going to change. It's basically like.
I mean, so they had Megan, like one of these guys at the Democrat.
So
stupid. They have some idiot who says "wet pussy" or something like that. Endorse Kamala Harris, and people are going to vote for it. Are people that stupid? Really?
Yeah.
That's true, but
remember, human behavior is always stupid. Now, I'm not gonna go through the psychologically, the history, all that. Being a human is stupid, but I have this to say: there's still a minority of women who
oppose traditional family values.
No. How can I say this? So every society you've had provocative women. My grandmother, rest her soul, I was able to see her, but she died before my grandfather. But she spoke Italian and Spanish, no lick of English. So I had to communicate with her with my horrible Spanish. And she would tell stories, always reminding my dad, because of course that's her mom. I mean, that's his mom, I bet. About that he was proud of her children for marrying good people. Basically, she had 2 daughters and my pops. Okay. And my grandfather, of course, and I was really close with her because I could communicate. He spoke numerous languages. And so one thing that my grandfather told me, he says, you want to know what drew me to your grandma? And, I'm a kid, I really don't care. But he says, it had nothing to do with her beauty. It had nothing to do with her being smart. It had nothing to do that she was, at that time, how people,
What was it?
okay.
What, Drew? What was it?
He said nothing. He said nothing. And so I didn't understand what he was talking about. He said, huh? He said, there had to be something. And then as I grow up and I started to realize, I understood what the hell he was talking about. He just said, she was a woman, I'm a man. I'm a man, she's a woman. In society, men and women coexist. The difference is that we, both men and women, do not know how to have conversations anymore. And back then, before the internet and cable and TV,
No,
I should say,
wrong. No, it's before feminism. Feminism ruined women. Feminism taught women that men were the wall between them and independence, true independence.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, John. She didn't, she didn't have those. She didn't have those, like those that program, and your grandpa didn't have that program. But we grew up in the age of programming. It's impossible. It's honestly impossible to really weed out the good from the bad, because once you sign that marriage document, it's bad. Because I know a bunch of people that have gotten raked over in the family courts. They use their children as pawns, power moves, a lot of bitterness. So I don't for men to be doing at this moment.
I understand, like your skepticism, of that. I've had a lot of men in my life and just random people having this conversation about feminism, and I do think that
Have your
everyone
friends
is.
lost half their earnings and can't see their children?
So I know a lot of happy marriages where the woman is a feminist and the husband, has those same values, and it works because,
well, if they share the same values, that'll
so
work.
of course,
Yes.
it's okay. So why? Okay, here's a more interesting analogy. If I'm going to get married to a woman, me and her better love each other, have the same, the same values together, because you just say, oh, she's a very attractive woman. Hey, here's a ring. I have a bunch of money. Let's start a family. That's not how you get married.
No.
That's stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
And again,
Don't do that.
I don't want to be kind of like insensitive right now, but I'm going to be a little rantish. Dumb people get married that should not get married. It's not no feminist. It's not
all the time.
People. And so I grew up in many, many households, in my Catholic school, in my high school, and even in college, where they're like, dude, my parents hate each other, but they love the crap out of me. When I go to my dad's house, they love me. When I go to my mom's house, they love me. They treated me. Okay. And so it became like cohabitation. We don't like each other, but this kid is ours, and we got to learn how to make it work. Now, not every situation is like that. I can tell you horrible situations where the kids, like, they develop mental issues and all that stuff, and things happen. Okay. Every situation is different. So at the end of the day, people who get married, you have peer pressure from your family. You have, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. I wanted my significant other. And it's all right if two people are in their 30s, they're still single, they'll find each other. It's going to take time. I'm 35 years old. I'm single. I'm not in the rush. And I also have like some stuff that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get my personal stuff. But I know
I'm not marrying a woman my age. I'm telling you that right now. I'm
going to find someone
much younger,
who I actually want to be with, and she wants to be with me. Simple.
Yeah.
And she's willing to make it work, because it's a two-way street. I know the joke. Happy wife, happy life. Okay, that's a joke. But of course, as a man, you got to make sure she's happy. But at the same time, she has to make sure you're happy too, because it's not like
and that's why marriages fail. 80%
yeah. And so I knew
of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah.
The person who initiates the divorce is the female. 90%. That percentage goes to 90% if the female has a liberal college degree or has a college education. They don't need us anymore. They can call, they got a problem, they can call the plumber. They got this, they can do that. So they don't need us.
Yeah. So the point of the matter is that if you live in the top 1% of the economic bracket, you have the means to get married. You have because again, marriage is not cheap. A lot of people think, let's get married. You want to know how long it takes for a couple to get married? Here's another thing. That's why you have going out, you live together, because you have to live together. You have to learn how to live together and learn about each other's flaws. And that takes a lot of time. Then the man has to consult with the parents. A lot of people think, no, there's still this stuff. And a lot of people, like, they think you got to consult the families. And then you got to have
John,
again,
I know
it's crazy. But anyway,
maybe Spongy could use the advice, but I already know. That's why I'm so frustrated, because when I see somebody reinforce that type of attitude on a stage like the Democratic National Convention, it pisses me off, because I know that crop of women are going to fuck up the crop of men in their same generation who are supposed to have normal and healthy marriages. Nothing would make me happier if we went back to a time where we respected each other.
Yeah, so that's about it. Now the good news is here's the good news. Now I'm not trying to stereotype anyone or be any insensitive, but there are a lot of good women. Back in the day, the good women, would, be very close with their parents. They would go to the church. They would they would get little jobs. Things like that. Just how society was. The ones who are more
okay. So a virgin, somebody a virgin, somebody who goes to church, somebody who respects patriarchal values, and somebody who basically embraces their femininity.
Yeah,
that's what's gone. That's why I'm pissed.
And so
that's why I'm pissed.
And so that's how society was. Again, I'm using an example that the young generation have never learned, and I'm glad that I'm still able to get these stories, because my grandparents were at a time during the late Depression, during the war. My grandparents. So here's the simple summary, because I don't want to bore everyone with this stuff. I know everyone already has their conclusions, but I'm just giving you my perspective. I talk about myself and not no one else. Okay, the ones who we're looking for, they're not going outside. Because of how the world is today. I've learned a new word called introverted. Many women are very introverted, and so they don't have that. I'm not trying to say anything negative about, I love all women. I respect all women, even the ones who do not like me. I respect women.
Fuck them bitches. If they don't respect me by default, I'm not going to respect them by default.
Well, it's a tough thing. Like I talk with everyone. Respect is the hardest thing to give. Once you learn how to do that, you become a bit of a better person. But I'm not here to change people's mind. I'm just speaking how it is. So the good men, they're not going to the clubs. They're not doing dumb things. They're the same thing as, introverted women. They are more homebodies. They do their responsibilities. They go home. They do their responsibilities. They go home. Back in the day,
that's a theory. I think that's a theory, and I think it's based more in the fact of the change in technology and social media has kind of isolated us even more. And when you go out and you do the bar scene or you just go to the club scene, it isn't what it used to be. People
So
have changed
okay,
on
I don't
a
drink.
very
Okay, I don't drink alcohol, so you guys are never gonna find me at a bar. Maybe when I was younger, different stories. But I don't have money to go to a club. I don't have money to go to the movies every weekend. I don't have, and you need money to do all these fun things. Let's call it how it is. If you don't have money, you're kind of stuck to whatever you're able to do.
yeah.
Okay. And so say I was a millionaire and I didn't have like a lot of things to do. I would party. I would do a lot of dumb things. And I would meet women who my family said, no, not her. It's a two-way street. Okay. You know, men
I'm
are stupid.
right here. I'm just letting them talk, random editor.
Yeah.
Unless
like,
the game,
you got to think about it.
Unless the game's super close, then I'll.
Again, I'm not here to change nobody's mind. Like, people have gone to their conclusions, but here's let me end my point, and then you guys can continue talking about this. I work, and I come home tired as hell. I go work, I come home tired as hell. I go work, I come because I have a job. I'm not trying to vilify anyone who doesn't know what fucking real work is. It sucks.
Mike.
It sucks. So when I come back home, I'm tired as hell. I'm not gonna, get changed and do something after I'm fucking tired. And so that's what a lot of people used to do. Okay. Not everyone comes from this fucking economic bracket. And again, I'm starting to get a little bit pissed off because I got to get ready for work in less than a day and a half. But at the end of the day,
That's bullshit. It didn't used to be this hard in the Bay Area just to survive. They're grinding us down to a pulp. We're so stressed out about making ends meet that we're barely even going out anymore to enjoy life.
I know the 80s were a great economic time, and kids who were born in the 80s and of course early 90s, they were able to get that prosperity and things like that. But again, so at the end of the day, if you don't want to get married, don't do it. Very simple. Also, don't bitch and moan like, oh, I want to meet. Don't bitch and moan. If you want it, just try to see what you're able to do. I love this mentality.
Oh,
do it if you want.
I brought up the conversation. I didn't wait. I'm doing what I want.
No.
I'm doing exactly what I want.
I'm not telling you. I'm saying people who bitch and moan about things in general, just in general. Oh, I don't have a job.
Yeah.
Put a resume in. You're going to get rejected.
Get one.
90% of the time, but you're going to find something. It's not going to be something you want, but it's a working experience. You put it on a resume. If you find something better, you got something there, and you move up slowly. I know no one's going to make the $1 million paychecks, but as long as you're able to pay your bills on time, there you go. You're doing something about it.
Absolutely. That's all.
It's the same thing with everything. Okay. And I'll tell you right now, do I want to get married? I don't know. I can't say yes. I can't say no. I can't say yes. I can't say no.
Can I contextualize that statement?
Sure.
You put in resumes for jobs. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I get what you're saying. The more you go out, the bigger the pool, the more likely you are to find the right person. Here's my point. Once you find the right person, they're not necessarily the right person, because what happens? The first year to 2 years, that person is doing their best. And I've done this to pretend to be the person that would be attracted. It's when you have to really imagine, do I really want to live with this person at 80 years old when we're all wrinkled and shriveled and all we have is just each other's company? I mean, we better have conversations and laugh and be at peace with each other. And I just haven't found that. And it's not for a lack of trying. I've seen, it was around probably 2012, 2013-ish where I started just kind of noticing this trend of like tattoos and piercings and uh, just movements, and it just started seeping into, because the Bay Area is very much ahead of the rest of the country as far as what trends are coming. You know, people in California like to say, "Oh, we're ahead of everybody else." No, we're just basically telling you what's about to come across the rest of the country before the rest of the country comes. You know what I mean? And so I think that ruins a lot of the pool. It's poison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
My
I get,
point. And
I
then
get.
it's more difficult, and you find
Mm-hmm.
that person pretending, the person who you meet isn't necessarily the person who you are. And once you're already married, now you're fucked because you have kids with this person, and they don't need you anymore. They don't want you anymore. That's why Reagan was a fucking stupid governor. He couldn't see the. I guess he thought it was the best thing at the time to do, but he signed into law no fault divorce, which means anytime you want to get divorced in California for whatever reason at all, you can. What never used to be that way. You had to have legitimate reasons why the marriage failed and why you need to separate for whatever reason. It was designed to it was designed to allow women to get out of marriage situations, and I could totally respect that. That's a total great move on his part. But the pendulum has swung too far because now divorce is a billion-dollar business in California. I'm speaking from personal experience, John. So I'm pretty fucking hot about it.
Okay.
I'm very fucking pissed about it.
Okay.
So I just understand that
Yeah.
where I'm coming from with that. This is very personal.
Yeah, and
So
yeah, I get it, man. I can see the frustration. I know you're probably not going to tell me, but you know, if I said anything that I crossed the line, let me know.
no. You didn't say anything. I needed to broaden the scope of the implications of the trying to go through the different you know, of trying to do things traditionally, because women are okay. I wish we lived in medieval times. I really do sometimes, because there's this concept called chivalry. It was a concept that was embraced by knights of England, and they believed in a code of conduct. Now, those, never mind. I'm tired of talking about it. Forget it.
It's all right. No worries.
No worries.
You know, it's better than what Michael.
It's not going to.
I'm sorry.
Everything that I just said, everything I said, it's never going to matter. It's not going to change anything. Maybe I've informed, you know, some of you younger guys of what can happen, but I'll just
like you guys were talking about earlier with, you know,
that
the women.
And that percentage goes to 90% if the woman has a college education. That's all I'm saying. And even a prenuptial agreement it isn't bulletproof anymore.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Take.
I'm so glad you said that. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I just wanted to let the younger guys out there know that.
I'm so glad you said that. Anyway, yeah, you know, like experience. People have experience, like, and that's why, like, people tell me, "Hey, yo, why are people so pessimistic and all this stuff, John Jay? Huh? Why people so like this and that?" And I tell them, you have your experience, I have my experience, and people who we don't know have their experience. Just because when you look at the surface, they're like, this human being looks like they have everything perfect, and we do it to everybody. We do it to everybody, and even people look at me. A lot of people look at me. They think I'm, oh man, this guy right here, John Jay, doesn't look, what society is saying. Well, I can say F society because I'm not going to follow a straight line. Maybe I want to go in the beaten path and explore and see different things. So we do that to everyone. Sorry about the noise outside. So my experience, again, is different than everybody. When I was in college, I should have focused on schoolwork versus being in a relationship, trying to be like,
No,
that's being young, being stupid, being young and stupid. There's a lot of things I regret in life. Now, I don't like super regret everything. Oh man, like my life is no.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
So it's okay to dwell in the past and say, what if I would have took this detour, but I decided to go to this detour, and so I've made a lot of decisions that led my life to where it is. But it's called learning. It's called learning. People's lives do not start when they're 18. People's lives do not start when they're 30. You learn. Like when I was telling Get On Kid, I know he's a little bit out of it because he's having fun time in his birthday, but you're 1 year wiser. Like what happened last year, a lot of things that you regret, things have happened, arguments, fights, yada yada. You learn, and I've learned that you don't do this, John, and you don't do that. Okay.
Not to cut you off, but I want to bring up an example. And yeah, before you ask, the video that was about you is down. It's not up on YouTube. You can go check if you don't believe me. All right. So I learned from, and I've rewatched that just to see where it went wrong. I think where it really went wrong was we didn't RJ, and I wish I would have told him this before that stream. I was like, if you're gonna I wish I would have told him, if you're gonna cut off John Jay, can you at least tell him the reason why, or have a conversation with him?
Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. But it happened. It happened. I'm not dwelling in the past. It doesn't mean you guys are bad. You guys were mad at me because I said something because I was very emotional when my team lost to a rival. So it happens. When
I watched that stream, I think it went wrong from the very beginning.
So,
because John, and not to bring up the past, but originally when I think it was the Raiders and Chiefs stream that YTC did, and you went off on CEO, and I instantly told CEO after that day, I don't think it's gonna work out, because I didn't know you well at the time. I was like, I don't think it's gonna work out. So that's why originally we were like that with you at the time, because of that very day where you went off on CEO. It was just that stream that happened. So
yeah, and I'm not lying. I'm not saying I didn't do that. I've lost my temper. I've always acknowledged my behavior to you guys. I'm an open book. Okay. And it was mostly frustration on my part that I was lashing out at you guys. Had nothing to do with that. Because I was busting my ass with my YouTube channel. I was recently monetized, and people were giving money to other people. And so my brain was like, I do really good content. And so, yeah. Should I have handled it differently? Of course, probably, but it is what it is. What happened happened, and so it is what it is. Like the past is the past.
What are you guys talking about?
So
it was a stream that we did back then, and also RJ used to do hangouts on his main channel, and I was gonna come on the stream, but I fell asleep. But I rewatched it. And RJ and and John had let's just say they had a disagreement about Barry Bonds taking steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Okay.
I wasn't there, but I rewatched it.
Well, to be kind of serious, he was being a jackass with stupid points of view, and I don't like idiots saying dumb things. So when he was talking about stupidity a few weeks earlier, because he was saying something that was so dumb. Okay. And so I wasn't trying to have an argument about I was just trying to tell him the facts because I live out here about Balco, all that stuff. And all he wanted to do was just being like very, very sarcastic and being, who he is. Okay. And so, and then before that, all that stuff. But there was a lot of things that he said as very disrespectful, horribly disrespectful. So I'm trying to move on from it, but yeah, like a lot of stuff that you guys said when I met you, oh my gosh, you guys need to be slapped in the face sometimes because come on, I know you guys are fucking around, but I tolerate that shit. I had to tolerate because but at the end of the day, like like the stuff he was saying, I'm part Chinese. You really think it's funny to tell a person who's part Chinese something racially insensitive?
I don't know if I was there or not.
So. Okay, because if you want to bring shit up that like I'm trying to move on from, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna like forgive the certain things. And I understand who you guys are, but you guys are young. You're young. You guys are younger than me. You guys are learning. As you get older, you get a bit more wisdom. So, okay.
And that's why John Jay is the grandpa, because he has all the wisdom.
Okay. So, but you guys have mellowed down and chilled, things like that. But yeah, the stuff that you guys would say was like way uncalled for. Because I don't know if you guys would ever really say those stuff in public. That's the why the internet's there. So you guys can blow out your steam and be who you guys are. So it is what it is. The past is the past. Okay.
I just review the past to see where it went wrong and try to not do it again.
Okay. So that is what it is. Okay, I appreciate you taking the video down. So, okay, but at the end of the day, you guys also have to look at yourself. Maybe we were jackass to John Jay, but I'm not asking you guys to get that realization in your head. Okay.
Didn't I already tell you? I wish I would have told RJ if you're going to do this, at least tell John Jay why you're doing it.
Well, it is what it is. Just like I said, like we could have done this instead of that, but that's why you learn and hopefully to do that. Okay. And that's why I am going to say this. Sometimes even my good friends, except Corey, I will never, ever badmouth because he had his stuff that he had issues with, but I will never, ever, ever reveal the stuff that we talked about because there was some stuff that he was not fans of. And he would talk about his closest good friends that, he had said some stuff. And that's why he always defended me. And I would always show the respect that he deserves. But at the end of the day, even sometimes, the stuff that is said to even my good, I'm like, okay. Because I was not raised that way.
Yeah, I mean, John, we're not. There were things that happened that I wish I could have did better because I'll say, granted, we didn't know you well at the time. I don't know about everybody else, but I don't. But as far as I go, I didn't know you well at the time, and I didn't know like before you did that stream where you guys lost to the Rams. Before you did the stream on your show, I didn't know, the only reason why I knew it happened because I text CEO in the morning, and he said, and he brought it up that it happened. So I went to rewatch the stream, and I'm like, yo. So
I lost my temper. But did you talk to YTC? Exactly when I messaged him and we spoke on StreamYard and I apologized to him. Oh, you guys didn't do that.
I did right after CEO told me that YTC got angry on it, and I actually checked on YTC to see if he was okay after that, because YTC got pissed.
Yeah, and I explained to him. Okay, now if you would have asked him, do you want to know what I said to him? I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay? He said he did say that you two talked, but he didn't go much in detail.
Okay, so I talked about I had no problems with the Ravens. I wasn't a huge fan of those other teams in his division, but the Ravens have never given me no issue. I know 49er fans still mad, that we lost to them, but the Ravens have never, ever, I consider them like garbage compared to other teams. The Seahawks, when I was in high school and college, they oh my gosh, would piss me off. So the development, of course, the Rams. And I said to them, the Cardinals have never, ever worried me. They're that team that we own, but they play us really tough. And so I don't hate the Cardinals. I do not like the Packers. The Lions, have always been like, mediocre. So why would I even, respect them? Vikings are ass. I'm sorry to say that. I've always had respect for the Bears organization. Always had respect. That's why,
Justin Fields.
Okay. I've never hated the Giants. Ever.
Touchdown, Georgia.
I've never hated the Giants. I don't like the Commanders. Of course, I hate the Cowboys. The Eagles, not a fan up there, but do I really have a hatred towards the Eagles? Not really. But the Giants are like right there, the team that's above everybody else. And so all of you guys, those were your teams. That's what I told him. Okay, with the respect that I have, I would always rag every time my team plays your teams because, like I said, that 3 hours we're enemies. After that, then we can talk and be friends again. That's always a philosophy. So, but again, you guys were young, and you saw a person get upset and lose his temper. So you're like, oh my gosh, this dude is upset. Like the way he's talking to us. So I know the perspective that you guys said. And I should have basically not done a stream. I should have canceled it.
Yeah, because at that time, John, like when I came in, I think I was making a comment about like Garoppolo. I didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay. And then I found out later that Garoppolo thought it was 4th down. So that made the situation even more angrier. He should have just taken the sack and then 4th and long and just throw it up and see what happens. But I'm not even gonna.
So 1-for-2?
Yes, that's why when he was in, he tossed the ball away because he didn't want to take the sack. But even if he took the sack, it was like 12 seconds left. They would have kneeled it. We had no timeouts.
Yeah. Anyways, Georgia went.
I just came back. I just came back. I wanted to know what were you guys talking about? Because it sounds serious enough that I should probably have some idea. Because I might run into one of these people that did one of these things and befriend them and not know the history. You know what I mean? Is it between this RJ person or this other person?
So 2021, the Niners are playing the Rams. I'm hanging out with YTC. I'm getting ready to do a live stream. The 49er fans do not want to talk about the 2021 NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit heated about that. I thought I was muted, and I said something so disrespectful to YTC, not to Michael, not to RJ, not to CEO, not to anyone at the time who we knew. It was him. And YTC got really pissed off at me. And I said, you know what? I got to go. And YTC said, yeah, you should. You should, because, And so I said to him, this is not the Niners that I know. This is what other teams inspire to choke in an NFC champ. The Niners should not do this. Right. This is what teams like Giants and Bears and Ravens, basically, I was taking shots at every fan base. YTC's doing his stream. He's like, wait a second, this guy's taking shots at my team. Okay, you need to go, John. Okay, I'm going to do my thing. He said, yes, you do. I leave, he ends the stream. And then, of course, bad mistake. I'm heated. I'm angry. And then I do a stream. After bringing people in, I'm talking to Corey and McNiner and some other people, and we're talking. After the stream ends, I said, I need to talk to YTC because I crossed the line. So then I go to RJ stream because, at Tuesday, they do like super late. They would go to midnight. They would stay up to like 3 a.m. at the time. And so I'm waiting back there, and then I'm booted out, and I'm confused. I go back over there. I'm booted out. I go a third time, and I'm banned. So I'm like, what the hell happened? And so I'm trying to get their attention. I say, yo, guys, let me in. If you need to tell me something. And then you guys are being sarcastic. Who's that guy in the chat? Who's this guy in the chat? And so at the time, CG went in there. And then you guys were like, talking crap to CG about me. CG spoke to me. Okay. And so I said, I got CG's logo, and I'm going to make another account just to talk to you guys. I get in there, and then RJ is BSing the bullshit. I'm trying to say, dude, we need to talk. And then, RJ's being very sarcastic. And then I'm like, you know what, man? If you're going to act like an asshole, I'm going to teach you what being a tough, real person on the internet. Do not fuck around with me. Do not talk to me. And if you think I'm chicken, don't make me fly over there. Okay. And I say with that statement, if you guys are going to be tough motherfucking assholes and try to be super tough, careful when you find a real tough guy. And then, boom. And then a day later, you do your stupid nonsense. And then I take the offensive. I said, if you guys are man enough, I'm doing a live stream to expose your dumbass. And I had all the ammunition. So thanks for.
So it was a big fight.
Yeah, it was basically you guys being dicks because I lost my temper, and you want to call it how it is. So
I think.
Now, by you guys, you mean name names because.
Yes.
Oh, Michael knows. Michael knows. He was part of it. CEO was part of it. RJ was part of it. YTC was part of it. Okay. But you want to know what happened? We talked it out like grown men. And now we socialized and we talked. We talked it out like grown men.
Yeah, and now after that, I've seen the goodness of John Jay.
Okay.
And because of that, I met guys like Corey. I saw the goodness of you, Sentinel, and also Roberto. I met Roberto.
Roberto Davis?
Yeah, he was the guy that.
Oh, he's the homie. I know Roberto.
Yeah. Now, because I saw the goodness in John, now I met a lot of good people, and
I think you met me through John Jay too, Mike. So
yeah, so I met a lot of good people because of John Jay, and because of so I took in his wisdom of words.
Okay, and I know I rag on you, and I said that Keek has respect for you, man. Even though people, do the sarcastic stuff about certain dumb things that happen, but Keek has a lot of respect for you, even though he may not have a future, there's a reason why he reached out to me and I told Keek the truth. So I've always defended you guys when people did not want to, okay? Because there were some Niner people who were like, and guess what? many of the Niner people were like, okay, you know what? John is right. Yes, I know. And because of that, you know, I like to always, you know, use the words of Corey, my friends, my brother, my family. And when Corey Davis is telling someone who's an Eagles fan, his friend, his brother, his family, that's how people should treat each other in the real world. Corey, it was a man who had a kind heart and a strong presence. So sometimes it's not wrong being a little bit soft because Corey Davis was not afraid to show who he was. And on his final moments, when he told me, tell John Jay, tell this person that I love them no matter what. Because Corey looked out for me and I looked out for everybody else. Why? Because Corey had your backs.
I honor that because everybody on this panel, I always got your back, and I don't want to bring this guy up because he's not watching this probably, but if the guy blocked Get On Kid for no reason, I mean you got a problem with me.
Mm-hmm. So that's why that's why I quit YouTube. Like all the negativity, you know, I'm done with it. I've learned my lesson, and so I'm living more happier. But if people are going to bring up stuff, I'm going to show them my perspective because there's always two sides of a story.
I messaged Steve and he's seen it, but he didn't respond yet. So,
like I said, and that is about it of that. But
hey, Mike, do you want me to send you those Justin Fields cards that I bought for $1 earlier?
Anyway, I want to apologize to the people who are watching. They're like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, they were like, "Bro, why do you, bro?"
Oh my gosh!
Listen, it was stuff back then. Yeah, we could have handled it.
Apex.
So I don't know if anyone has ever seen the movie Fight Club. I think that's what it's called.
You don't talk. First rule: you don't talk about the Fight Club.
So basically, like the plot of the movie is like just like a guy, like a normal person, you know, living life, and you know, he finds a group, and you know what Fight Club? It's a metaphor. It's not like, you know, it's a metaphor. Like life is stressful enough. We have to live and sometimes we need to blow off steam. And I'm a boxing fan. I love boxing. That's my first passion. Boxing. It's the ultimate sport of like to show like boxing is not about beating somebody up. It's about showing the art form of fighting, the hand-to-hand combat. Of course, there are other combat sports like UFC. And sometimes you do need to put the punching gloves on and throw the jabs, the uppercuts, you know, the hooks, you know, the jabs, of course, you know, rabbit punches. If you don't know that is an illegal punch behind the back of the head. And so you blow out your, you know, steam. Like people need vices in life.
Hey guys, can I show you something real quick? Specifically, John Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was barely good. That almost went.
Hold on, Mike. Put me on the big screen. Look, these cards were $1. See who the guy is?
Yeah. Damn.
No, this was also $1. This isn't a true old card. But look, there's more. Don't ask me why I wasted my money on.
Hey man, it's your money, bro. There's two. I think there's two ways. Don't tell anyone how to spend their money, or don't tell anybody how to raise their kids.
Wow, that was like getting philosophical on us.
It's more. So there was a total. I bought a total of $4 worth of Justin Fields cards.
You want to know? You want to know something hilarious? If you somehow find Justin Fields spongy and he signs those cards, and then somehow Fields becomes a good quarterback. You want to know how much money you have made?
Well, he'll never become a good quarterback. So.
Well, and like that's why you get signatures. Some signatures will be worth something. Others, it's just a memory.
Hold on, Mike. Keep me on the big screen for one more minute.
Bro, you've been on. Bro, this game's a blowout. So.
Mr. YTC right here. AKA Sam Hartman. And then I bought this to see if Keek could get him to sign it.
You know what I've learned since being here is that it's very, very difficult for me now to hate Ravens fans after meeting Levi because I did not like him, and I will use the pejorative of rat f from time to time.
I've grown.
But it's like, I guess it's just yeah.
I've actually grown to like you, Sentinel, and forgive and put the past behind us.
Yeah, when I started showing up around here, it was right after Corey had died.
Yeah, because like I was like because when I thought you were like a kid with a voice changer, I was like, what is this? What is this guy talking about? Oh, I dox Nate Hawk or stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't dox. I never doxed.
No, you were accusing me of doxing Nate Hawk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did, Mike.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned from you guys is like you guys would always tell me there's this guy called Sentinel Football Channel. He's not a good person, and I'm like, what? Like that's one thing that I never understood. Like, and then I started to understand what was going on, and I said probably it's like a lot of misunderstanding. And so when I got to know you, Sentinel, you didn't seem like like a terrible person. And I was wondering, like, what's with everyone who I socialize on social media and YouTube? Don't like this person, don't like that person. And
how many people were there?
So
my goodness, my reputation got around.
I don't know what happened after I met everyone, but what I was told, at the time, by CG said he came from a community called a trash talking community, which I did not understand.
Yes, I did.
And so
yes, I did.
And so one time someone attacked Rumbo like personally and like they physically, because apparently I know a lot of people like if you thought Jimmy Garoppolo was good, people would go after you. And so a guy who used to be called Dollar Bill Will, now his name is Xerxes, whatever that is. And so I called into Rumble. I said, yo, Rumble, you have treated me with kindness. Your chat has treated me like crap, and I'm not afraid to say it if they're not going to like me. But you have always had your opinions, and I will always respect even if people don't want. Then a lot of people started to call after me. Hey, yo, yeah, Rumble, we heard what we, so it was like an apology. People forgot about the topic in hand. And there was a dude who CG did not like, and he wanted me to flag his channel for some reason. A guy called A-Bomb, which, no disrespect,
I know it. Oh my fucking god!
And so he calls in.
He reached out to you too?
No, he was calling Rumble, and
no. Go back to the A-Bomb part because that's somebody I actually know.
Okay, so
he told you.
So basically, I saw a channel that had A-Bomb, and my first impression on his channel was like, okay, this guy, probably me and this guy are not going to have coffee or, drinks together, or because, the stuff he believes in. But just because he's still a human being. So I was like, okay, it's one of these people CG knows, like whatever, it's his past. And so I really didn't care about him. And so he called in on Rumbo And he said, yo, Rumble, you know that I do not like Jimmy Garoppolo. You know I talk shit about Jimmy Garoppolo, but listen, you know me. I may piss off people on the internet. I may fight with your chat. I may go after people, but I'm a good person in real life. And Rumbo, you are entitled to like Jimmy Garoppolo, and I don't. And so I'm here to tell you, and I've never met this person. I've seen one video. When a guy who someone's telling me is a horrible, and he's telling a person who he disagrees with on 49ers stuff, I basically was like, wow, maybe, this guy CG, just is not a likable person.
He has a poor judge of character, because when he first told me about A-Bomb, because
and then when he hung up, this is what Rumble said. He said, I hope the TTC guys are doing good, man. I remember when I started my channel, these guys would pop in here and they would have great, wonderful conversations with everyone.
Yeah, it's not only that. It was just like CG made me dislike A-Bomb because I'm like, or think that he was a dumb person, because I remember it was one of his videos. He was like saying, "Oh, CG copied A-Bomb because he's wearing the same exact tattoo." I don't know if that was a troll job or I don't know if that was a troll job.
They have multiple. Doesn't he have multiple?
I think it was actually. I think it was a troll job to get back at A-Bomb, to be honest. Because A-Bomb has a 49ers tattoo right in the same place. Very similar.
Doesn't CG have like many videos about that guy?
Yeah, of course he does. A-Bomb endorsed the shit out of CG Bully.
I know. And so at the end of the day, I'm not telling people what the hell to do. I don't hate CG. I don't have that hatred in my body. He has annoyed me, but it's not at a point where like, okay, I look at him like, you know what? I feel bad for the guy. Maybe again, some people are not sociable people. Like some people should not be talking to people. Maybe, and there's nothing wrong with that. The word shy used to be a word everyone used to use. I'm not shy. I love talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he needs to be, just stay in the corner and do his thing. And I've told him, if you want to do the TikTok route. Okay? Because no one is talking about you no more. And no one hates you. Like, in this stupid, it's just people have their perceptions to you. And I've always told them this. If you want to hate me for me telling the truth, well, I'm not like everybody else because I have thick skin. But at the end of the day, he figured out it took him a long time, and now he does whatever the hell he wants to do, and he doesn't bother nobody. Why? Because I sat down with him, I spoke to him like a man, and I told him the truth that he didn't want to hear. Did he like it? Of course not. But sometimes, you got to tell the truth that people don't want to hear. And again, I don't hate no one ever. People can dislike me. They're entitled to it. And, like I said, and I think what happened is in 2020, forget about what happened in society. I think in 2020, we got so comfortable that people thought that this was going to be like what we're going to be doing, staying at home and doing nothing. The world has now changed. People are going back to normal life. People are living again. It sucked, not going outside and doing things. And I think that we just got so complacent that we just fighting with one another, because I don't think no one is bad. I just think that when you're inside and you can't go out, your psychology does, and that's why, like you like humans have to be outside. They need the sunlight. I'm not saying, like to be like, oh, like be John Jay and talk to like 100 people every day. Just breathe the oxygen, see the sun, get your brain, because this may sound corny, but I think the brain and the sun need each other, because there's a reason why we have a bright orange or red thing over our head that pops up in the daytime, and when we go to sleep at night, the sun goes away. Now, not everyone goes to sleep at night. Some people have to work, or some people just stay up late. But
going back to CG, and I remember you might have forgot. I don't think you've forgotten about it, but him and Pinor had this like beef back way. It was like mid 2021. Him and Pinor had like a beef going on, and I think he accused Pinor of like making fun of like his family like relatives or some shit. And I was like, well, damn. Because I thought Pinor was like being a dick back then. But seeing how the way CG's turning out, it's actually starting to make Pinor's point about CG a lot more righter than it is. I know you and Pinor didn't have the best history.
Well, like I never hated a guy. I've never hated a guy. We strongly disagreed on Jimmy. He basically he said I have a hatred towards Jimmy Garoppolo, but he was not a bad dude. He listened to my argument. He let me talk. But he always expressed. He said, I don't hate Jimmy Garoppolo because I just hate him. He just says I just hate him because he's not a good quarterback. He was very calm and collective, like a lot of people. Now, of course, I did defend Jimmy Garoppolo. I did have a opinion that many people didn't like, but at the end of the day, we were like, that opinion is wrong. And again, I've said this. Grant Cohen, when he was doing the YouTube thing, there was a lot of people in his comments, like people before they had their channels, and they were fighting with one another in the chat. I used to watch Grant Cohen every day to listen to his things I disagreed with. And I'm not afraid to say I've donated to Grant Cohen. But a lot of people, just wanted to give their perspective. And it's the Grant Cohen effect. When you have someone who's saying something that is not true, and then someone who knows the game of football, and again, a lot of the people who follow him, I'm not saying they're misinformed. I just think that there are 49er fans who put the Niners on a pedestal, like they cannot be awful. They're good because what happened in the 80s and the 90s. So, and the 80s and the 90s may feel like a long time, but it's still like still stitched in their heads. I still remember when I was a child in the 90s, the things I did. I still remember the early 2000s, what I was doing. It's still, stitched in my head. My age has changed, but it's still in your head. So I think there's just a lot of people who are very pessimistic. And, they say that this is a standard in Niners. And there's some 49er fans who are like, sometimes, the process sucks. Sometimes, the 49ers. And so you have so many people with opinions and they open up YouTube channels. And then you get so many talking heads. And earlier when you were doing a stream, Chat Sports, every team, Niners have one. The Locked On podcast, Brian Peacock and the former Jets player, Eric Crocker. And then of course there are a few other, beat writers and, podcasters, like Larry Kruger, and of course Damon Bruce in the
and
industry.
Shout out to the Chat Sport 49ers guy who's actually an Eagles fan.
So
yeah, he is.
And so the point of the matter is that the media is a business of takes, and you have to have a take. And so what drives, before YouTube and all the social media, what drew people to buy newspapers? What was on the headline on the sports page?
Mm-hmm.
Some people will buy multiple news and keep them and cut and put them in binders. That was how you save social media before social media was on the palm of your hand or on the computer. Okay. Once social media was created, people from every background were able to communicate and everyone had an opinion. I remember growing up, I would see grown adults doing what they were, but they did it outside and yelling at one another face to face. So what's changed? Now you can, just say whatever you want, and there are people who look at you.
You can just be a keyboard warrior.
This guy is bad. So, like I said, and so I'm not.
What I didn't like about the Jimmy Garoppolo stuff was that it wasn't the injury, it was his approach to the game that I just felt was disrespectful to the game itself, and it was just he would just take things unserious. He wouldn't. It's not like when losing, he still smiled. When winning, he still smiled. I felt that there was not a dog in him. So whenever he would get injured, it didn't really matter to me because I knew he would just do whatever he wanted to, you know. It was just a thing. It didn't really matter all that much to me because I part of that was I was a Trey Lance advocate the moment we drafted him. And the reason why is because I felt that he is more athletic, better arm, could get us over the top, could be our Mahomes. And when that didn't pan out, I still was saying, listen, he's still a kid, And then some other stuff started coming up, like racism. Like if I the uncomfortable, I was really uncomfortable having to just either bite my tongue when I had a legitimate point to make because I didn't want to stir up a big argument and have people perceive me as someone I'm not amongst people who are in the 49er community. And when I saw when I saw Judah talking about how bad Justin is, or at least how he feels how bad Justin is, I don't know if Justin. I really, I don't know about him as a talent. But I told him, I said, Judah, thank you for speaking out about how bad your quarterback is, because you can speak out about your quarterback. I can't. And I can, but people are going to make assumptions. There are still people after we've gone to a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, still just looking to just bait people into a reaction by bringing up race or kind of suggesting it. I know exactly who this person is. He's always you'll know who you might know who I'm referring to, but he's always has this like angle where everybody's out to get color or that, and I try to just avoid talking to him.
Look, at the end,
I can talk to it. I can talk to it. If I'm Judah, I can say exactly what I want. And Judah actually told me that. Judah actually said, "Dude, I totally get it. There's probably a lot of." He said something to the effects of, there's probably a lot of white Bear fans in my fan base who have wanted to say something, just as calling it how it is, but wouldn't because of the backlash, because social media backlash is a huge thing. And social media backlash is so bad that it can get so bad because if the wrong person hears it, they'll go to the ends.
Yeah, I mean the thing that
the problem.
The thing that really scratched my head with Judah, and he would always bring this up about how Bajan is better because he did 2 mile burpees. 2 mile burpees. He's more smarter than Caleb and Justin and the whole when he brought up, you just want the quarterback to succeed because he's just another. I don't know if this makes me sound racist, but he says the only reason why you wanted just to succeed is because he was just a black quarterback.
Mike, and I want to tell you this. The reason I don't think Judah genuinely thinks that Tyson Bagent is better than Caleb Williams. I think he has this narrative that he started the last 2 seasons that Tyson Bagent's better than Justin, and now he has to stick with that and say that Tyson's better than Caleb. He has to stick with this because now it's a character, and now he's a character.
Mm-hmm.
And
I wish it was. Look, I understand what you're saying. Like back then, yeah, you would if you wanted to say it was.
I still watch his videos sometimes, Mike, and that's exactly what he is. He's a character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he is.
Yes,
just my opinion.
Well,
yes,
No, that's Judah, dude. That's Judah.
Yeah,
that's 100% Judah.
So
that's why I like him, because we can just say whatever we want.
So I actually had a real conversation with Jonas. Okay, I know you think Jonas, hates you because
I thought we were talking about Judah.
No. We are talking about Judah, but we need to talk about Jonas.
You said Jonas.
Yeah, we have to talk about him to talk about Judah, because Michael has this perception that he thinks Jonas does not hate you. He does not hate you. Now he is upset that you use something, even it was accident, not whatever. You said something that is disrespectful. Okay. And so in his mind is like, like this dude, who he is, because of the reputation that you have, he sees you is how he sees you. He sees you an immature person who is not going to change and is going to say a lot of insensitive things. He doesn't hate you. That's just a perception. Remember, we're talking about perception. And Jonas told me about Judah. Now, if this is true, and I'm going to take Jonas because Jonas says he talks to him, not on a daily, but he talks to him as a human being. And Judah is a man who has his convictions and his beliefs. And I'm not going to take away his conviction and his beliefs because I think, they're not correct, but that's his convictions and his beliefs. And we have to learn how to respect that. But I don't think Judah is a bad person. Now, the way he interacted with me, because, he talks about how he hates Niner fans and he thinks all Niner fans are the same. Well, maybe he needs to get to know me. But here's the point about Judah is that he is seeing what Justin Fields is and what he's trying to get people who want to support Justin Fields is just understand this. If our backup, who's not good, is able to make certain throws, able to use his legs a different manner, by his perception, he is better than Justin Fields. Okay, you have to listen to the context. Don't not listen to because you have beef with him. Listen to the context. I've listened to what he said about Justin Fields, and so if the backup quarterback can read the playbook, can understand the progression, knows what to do, and I'm not saying he's going to win a Super Bowl, but what he's trying to say is that if the backup is better, put the guy we drafted and put the backup as a starter. That's what he is saying.
Well, he wasn't drafted. He was an undrafted.
No, I'm saying
he's talking about Justin.
Yeah, I got it. Basically, he's saying that the quarterback that they drafted, which was Justin Fields, maybe needs to sit down and go with the guy who was an undrafted. Okay, and I saw that game. I know the Raiders were hurt, and Jimmy, was not playing, and that was the rookie O'Connell. No, it was Brian. But he did what he was supposed to do with a team that's offensive line was not good, and he beat a bad Raiders team. But a win's a win. Doesn't matter who you beat, a win's a win. And so that's the thing that you don't see. Now, I'm not here to change your mind, Michael. You can still think I'm defending them, or you can think, I'm trying to be on it. No, I'm not. But sometimes being a impartial football fan, and this is one thing that, you were talking about earlier. Yes, there were some 49er fans who were like, we went with Brock Purdy because maybe, I said this, screw that argument. Screw that. There are a lot of good black quarterbacks in the NFL who are doing really well. Kyle Shanahan did not develop Trey Lance. That's why he failed. Had nothing to do with that he was trying to sabotage. It's just, it is what it is. Trey Lance failed as a 49er. We screwed up. It is what it is. And Brock Purdy has the skills, the talent. It is what it is. No one should ever be afraid because of a dumb idea that's like super, like way in the past. We're past this. It's time for people to understand this. We are now in a society where you can criticize people, and you should not be. I do it all the time. I worked with different ethnicities, and I criticized them, but I never took shots at them. I just said, here's a criticism that I'm getting from the workers. Here's a criticism I'm getting from the boss. And it had nothing to do about who they were. It's just that, and there's one guy who I don't want to say his name. I don't think he's a bad dude. I just don't watch his stuff because the stuff that he says, is a little bit out of line. And, sometimes people are just so convicted with what they want to believe. And the world's not black and white. It's gray. It's not black and white. It's gray. The gray area. And so we have to look at the world in a gray prism. And sometimes you got to say the things that no one wants to hear. But at the end of the day, I understand, where you're coming from, Senino, that people are going to, be disrespectful to you. I will say this. If anyone thinks you're a disrespectful person, in my opinion, the way I interacted with you, you're not a bad dude. And so if anyone,
wait, can I say something?
Sure.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that. But can I say something?
Sure.
If I were to say something, okay. Let me. Okay, John. Imagine
you cut out.
Yeah, I thought that was me for a moment.
Don't interrupt me, please. I'm making a serious point, please. If you posted a video online and said, listen, Trey Lance can't read a defense. He's got happy feet. We should have never have drafted this guy. If it was like a bunch of logical points, but you were expressing it in an angry way, and someone watching it took it the wrong way, they go after you. They dox your address. They SWAT you. They can call if they find out you have any children, they'll call CPS on you. There are some really disgusting people out there that if you give them ammo, they're going to use it, and you don't even think it's ammo. You're just saying you're pointing out reality.
Opinion.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What my perspective is, you have to be careful because of the shenanigans. Unfortunately, you have to, because it does seep into real life. It does.
Yeah.
It can. I've seen.
Yeah, Sentinel. I didn't mean to interrupt you earlier.
Yeah, because
your mic cut out, and then
I'm cutting out.
You were
shitty ass fucking signal. Yeah, it's just a different type. I wanted to let you know that because you're very straightforward and honorable guy, John. You present yourself this way, and we're living in an age where honor and loyalty and logic and fairness are out the window, and it's just the number one rule is survive, and it's very just Game of Thrones, and I'm really sick of that, and I would like to had values as people. One of the reasons why I'm not really associated with the TTC anymore is because I came to the conclusion that it got bad. It kind of dissolved because the people who were already there when I got there had ruined it. They were the custodians of this community with this idea that they didn't start, but that they were there when it started. So when the people who did start it either died or left or whatever, the founding the founding people of that, because it's the internet, because there's no rules, they didn't respect a code of conduct. So they allowed the community to just get crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. So it became less about football and more about this kind of Game of Thrones kind of stab you in the back sort of stuff. Now, I personally hate that. Person with the other, you have a verbal battle, and when it's over, and you can have like a beef with that person or a beef with the person's fan base without it being personal. But unfortunately, they associated themselves with some really bad drama communities, and it took all the fun out of talking about football and talking trash about football, because
it went from talking shit about someone's football team to being, hey, this person lives on 145 Service Avenue. This is his wife.
Whose address is that, Mark?
This guy.
No. It's a made up address that I made.
It probably is somebody's address, though.
No, it's not. Calm down. But you get the point, Sentinel.
Into just turned into something that just was like toxic. And the straw for me was there was this idea of creating like a reset, like a restarting of it, and CPG will tell you, and I was on board for it, completely on board for it, to just create and go do our own thing. And if we're cool, you can stay and do your own thing. This is just, we want to just keep it more football. But they took that the wrong way, I guess. And when somebody found out about it, some other people decided to like get involved, and it became a troll job. So what happened is you had people. Okay, please don't make a sound. I'm trying to remember exactly specifically so I don't get the names wrong. Okay. So.
Oh man! Don't tell
when
me.
there was order to this chaos, we were always being. It was. This time we were really sincere about fixing the community and just kind of putting some just normal ground rules down. And when that turned out to be when other people, it was the other people outside of outside of me, CPG, A-Bomb, and other people that aren't involved in between us right now in this conversation, that I would like to keep anonymous, because they don't deserve to have their business on Front Street. So what happened is the community sided with the toxic behavior, and what they did was build everybody up. All of the old like legends, quote unquote, that called themselves, or OGs as they called themselves, started coming out and saying, yeah, let's get behind this.
Yeah, they did that a lot on JP's.
Yeah, let's get rid of the JPs. Let's flush that out of the fan base, and let's flush that out of the community, because we don't want to be associated with that. So when some of these OGs started coming out and really saying, yes, let's do this, and then psych, troll job. We never wanted to change. This is just a screw with you guys. It's the off season. There's nothing better to do. So instead of coming together with some sort of camaraderie and like a like honor and integrity, basically it just kind of soured everything. I was just like, why am I putting up with this? I came here for football in 2019, and by 2024, it's devolved into the very opposite thing that it was created for. So I was just like, all right, see, I was just sick of the deception. I was sick of the lies. I was just sick of people
No.
trolling and not being sincere. That's why I refer to Game of Thrones, because in Game of Thrones, nobody is sincere. And Game of Thrones, it's encouraged to stab people in the back for shock value. And
Oh my God,
I personally hate that show.
They're choking.
No. Bama. Don't tell me they choked that lead.
Wow.
Where you at?
So when I arrived here, Corey had just died. And I was like, damn, another really good human being left. And all these pieces of shit are still here. And it just kind of gave me just sort of like, just because somebody I knew, a family member I was close with, died around the same time. And I was kind of like, okay, I can, if you guys are going to mourn, yeah, and honor him, I understand. I emotionally, from a place of like being compassionate towards your feelings for Corey, I could honestly relate, because that person was sort of like my Corey for me, sort of, he kept things into perspective, loyalty, honor, you know what I mean? So to honor Corey, I want to honor that code of conduct. No bullshit, no sneaking, no allegations, no slander, just good old fashioned trash talk about your football team.
Agreed. I agree with that sentiment. Well said. I mean, you put it right there on the mark. But I know you're talking. I know you're talking about, holy shit, the Georgia trailed by 28. Holy shit.
Anyway. They muffed the punt.
Who muffed the punt? Bama?
Oh no, not good for Bama. All right, holy shit. This game just got back to a one score.
Random editor, where you at, bro? You was talking so much earlier.
Random editor, I told you not to talk shit. I told you not to talk shit.
Anyway, so I'm watching Awesome Kids Oregon, an 8 o'clock game in the West Coast. It means that if people are up at 11 o'clock watching this game, they're going to be up to like 2:30 in the morning.
I'm not. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to watch this game anyway, because I don't like either UCLA or Oregon, former Pac-12 schools, but that's a different conversation that I will talk about on one of my topics when I restart my channel. Anyway.
You know what game I'm looking forward to the most next week?
What is that?
Nebraska versus
Rutgers. You didn't live stream the game.
live streams?
No. I'm talking about if you were to live stream the game.
Oh, bad defense by UCLA.
Oh, I thought.
Well, that Matter ain't lying. At least he didn't quit at halftime.
Well, there's 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Alabama got the ball. If they kick a field goal, it will be, let me do the math, an 8-point game. So Georgia will have to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to force overtime. So Alabama, all they got to do is control the tempo. But again, today's coaches, they have their coaching style.
Sure do.
I love this rule. I love this rule of thought. People are not bad people are not bad because they're bad. People choose to do mean things to each other. And what do I mean, about that? This great situation, that we're talking about. Again, I don't think people who like, this person we don't like for whatever the reason. I don't think people are bad. I just think that people have their convictions. Now, unfortunately, now I'm going to say something a little bit mean, but some people are just generally assholes. And everyone went to high school. I know, Spunchy, you're going to go to high school. You're going to learn. It doesn't matter if you are in this era. High school is not fun. So you always have a kid. And in my experience, there was a student. He did not like everyone because he felt that he was entitled, even though he was not a rich kid. He just felt that he was better. And one day, he was having a conversation when I was in college.
Oh no, it's 4th and 1. They're gonna punt it. Georgia has a chance to take the lead.
So basically, he was just like, like a guy who like carried himself like, in a suit and tie, thought appearances, like demeanor. Thinking about like for him, thinking being an asshole to people is great common criticism, but it's not. It's not. Now, I don't want to get very detailed, but in his personal home life, he was exposed in his personal home life, and he basically was a kid who was trying to show that he was tough in his own disrespectful way. People have been told, if you're a man, you got to act like a douchebag. And that's the only way you get respect. I think if you just show people respect, you don't have to like them. Just show them the respect and walk away. It's the hardest thing to do. Because some people are like, they don't deserve forgiveness, John. They don't. I get it. My personal, they don't. I get it. But acknowledge that they're a human being. Hello, how are you doing? Walk away. Hello, how you doing? Walk away. Hello, how you doing? Walk away. Just say hi, walk away. Have common courtesy. Even I have the struggle. Because last week I got into a bit of a heated discussion with one of the senior staff who worked in the office. And I said some common criticism. I lost a little respect, but guess what? I said, you know what? I'm just not going to interact with you. But I said, hello, how are you doing? Having a good morning? All right, good. Enjoy
the wide open. Oh my God, no. Touchdown, Georgia.
Damn.
Rigged. Totally rigged.
Damn.
Remember that call earlier in the game? Shifted the entire momentum.
So.
Oh.
All right.
So, like I said, like everyone knows that.
Send the entire Alabama team to China because of that. You blew a 28-0 lead.
You do know that you do know that's a bit offensive, and I've told you this before.
Bro.
Because I don't know what the people of China have to do about a game.
Dude, blew a 28-0 lead.
John, is there anything somebody could do that would, in your eyes, make them irredeemable to you?
Speaking from my personal experience, there are people I do not.
Oh, they didn't get it, so they didn't get the 2 points. So it's a 1-point game.
There are people I don't socialize, I don't talk to, and it's the best thing for me to do to not stress myself out. And when I cut somebody off, I let them know, you go your way, I go my way. it seems that it's not going to work out. You are overly convicted. You don't want to have a rational conversation. I'm open and honest, and if they feel that I'm not getting any progress, with the conversation, walking away is the hardest thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. And so
it took me a while to, because I don't want to bring his name up,
but the point is I'm talking about my real life, not YouTube, real life. I've had my share of I knew you in the past and now we don't interact with each other. You live your life, I live my life. And I'm going to meet people, because one thing about life, change happens. People are going to move on from other people.
Justin Fields moved on from the Bears.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about that. But the point of the matter is that if there's someone who we are not on common ground or we don't interact very well together, you walk away. Just walk away. Don't think about them. Don't try to fix it. And it's just better that way. Why? Because you don't want to stress yourself out. And
caught!
You're about to hear touchdown.
Oh, touchdown, Alabama.
Okay. So that's about it. When it comes to family, it gets very tricky. I know there are people who are estranged. They don't talk to their family. It's a gray area, and so
there's some things that aren't gray though. I have to interject. There's some things that you can do to a person that I don't want to bring up examples, but in my experience, there are things that can be forgiven, and then there are things that you could do to somebody that you've known for your whole life, and you never thought they were capable of, and they do it, and
they got the 2-point conversion.
Cut off all contact. It's just kind of like they basically treat you like a piece of shit, like on a flip. So there's nothing. In my experience, I have found that some people, unfortunately, are pieces of shit by default.
Yeah.
Decades to love someone, and then one thing happens and everything must go. Everything, kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing. And in the process, somebody is being abused. That's disgusting to me, because I didn't think that person was capable of it because of everything I knew about that person. We had blood ties, for example. So the evil I have seen within my own life has predisposed me to be pessimistic about other people's motives. Pieces of shit by default can be born. Pieces of shit by default can be born. Vis-a-vis guys like Hitler.
Right.
Stalin. People who people who are able to dehumanize you on the flip of a switch because of some stupid reason. So that's my only rebuttal, is that there are some things beyond forgiveness or redemption.
True.
Certainly, if they haven't tried to at least make amends. If the situation was, I want to make amends for this, and they're sincere in their, like asking forgiveness, that's a different question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm open to that.
Yeah.
But none of that, and then to just sort of like throw you away, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of what I'm referring to is a family member was, unfortunately, she was um, forced out of her house uh, by the I forget what it's called. What I forgot the count. Never mind. I don't want to go into that personal thing, but basically, yeah, over if you can, if you are willing to abuse a family member just to get some money out of a house, uh, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to find a lot of pieces of shit at the Santa Clara County Family Courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
I dare you. I dare you to type in Santa Clara County Courthouse and look up the Google reviews, and you're going to see horror stories of women and men who have had their children taken from them through divorces
Mm-hmm.
and have been thrown out of their houses. The houses are sold, and then the person who didn't even start the whole thing, the person who didn't file for the divorce, didn't want the divorce, they are left with nothing
Mm-hmm.
and have to pay the other person's legal fees. So
Mm-hmm.
this is like this. I want to believe, he wanted to believe that nobody was beyond redemption for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And what I come to find out is, uh, you know, that that scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker is talking to Two-Face, and
Mm-hmm.
he's saying, if a bomb, if a truck of soldiers gets blown up in Afghanistan or something like that, nobody bats an eye because that's part of the plan. That's normal to hear about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but when, what did he say after that? But when one of you guys might know. But he goes on to say,
I remember watching that movie. I just don't remember. Like, I might have to watch rewatch it.
So there are things that there are things that are unforgivable. If you're talking about harming a human being, doing anything that harms a person, a human. I'm a humanist. There are things that are truly unforgivable. I was talking about, like, say two people disagree and they're just arguing. Okay, I will still respect that person, but once you basically, and again, as a boxer, I'm just tell a story. I boxed in a boxing ring one time, and I heard a person so bad that my mindset changed. I don't like putting my fists together. I don't like doing that. I don't like fighting. But if I have to defend myself, I know what I'm capable of because I was a boxer. And if you ever watch boxing, there are people who get literally knocked out and their eyes go into the back of their eyes. So that's, if you are basically crossing the line, and once it becomes harmful to another person, that is truly unforgivable. And I get that, what you just said. Perfect. But say two people are just arguing and disagreeing, like conversation, yeah.
sure.
That again, but what you said is true. And I'm not saying, that Santa Clara or San Francisco or Oakland, every city, doesn't matter if it's urban, suburb, or rural. There's no perfect
Mm-hmm.
world. And so you're going to have, people who,
right.
and, yes, like now, are there people who try to get people in trouble for monetary thing or just try to get a person? That's also disgusting. And so, I could tell you millions of stories, but I'm going to keep it short. You're absolutely right. There are people, and I talked about this to David Corona, because rest in peace, the Papa Corona.
RP.
My foster father and his brother had a disagreement after their father passed away, and he was telling me, we lost our father a few days, and me and him are arguing, and it got really bad. And so, yes, there are people like that. So yeah, sometimes if you're not going to forgive someone, you better have a real reason not to forgive them, because there are things that people will tell you that, oh my gosh, you went through that shit. Oh my gosh, now I know why you're very pessimistic, why you're very angry. It makes sense when you get to know someone.
You can forgive somebody. You can, but the thing is, you don't forget.
My thing is, I forgive, but then that's interpreted as I accept. That was interpreted by somebody else's. Oh, I've won because you have conceded the aggressions, right? That's how fucking crazy people are. There's so much mental illness out there that has never been just openly because people are just so dismissive of it. And that's the problem. You see these people going in and just shooting everybody, and then people blame the guns and then don't want to get to the underlying issue. And the underlying issue is the person behind that gun is a very, very evil person who, unfortunately, because he was not or she was not properly diagnosed with something or properly given care of something, mutated into this vile person to where they could dehumanize human beings to the point where they saw them as just like characters in a video game.
Burst down.
Doing that, they're putting some kind of, in their warped minds, they're putting some kind of order and getting revenge on a world that they have internalized hurt them. You know what I mean? That's why people need to talk about the mental illness aspect of like the shootings and stuff like that, because it's going to come up again. It's always going to come up in America, unfortunately. And nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to do anything about it, because that would mean you don't have those talking points. See, the problems exist. Problems continue to exist no matter who we elect, because they need those problems to reference the next time they rerun for political office. So if you've solved, like, let's say you've solved the housing crisis we have in the Bay Area, okay, well, you can't talk about the other side's lack of not doing crisis in the Bay Area, because it's already been solved. So if you can't if you can't other person, you have no chance of winning. And that's really what politics is really devolved into. I mean, it's never been civil, but it's been, I just don't remember in my lifetime it being a political opinion, or just a frank talk with another person on a train, that you're just going to another destination with, that if you bring up the wrong word or say the wrong thing, they get, like, you could see the red in their eyes. It's like the media has conditioned us to be so reactive and I don't think that's good for mental health either, to be honest. And those things are things that will never get
Holy shit.
in order to strategize and win an election. For example, every election year they bring up the border and immigration. And then one side talks about Ellis Island and America is give me your rich, you're tired, you're poor, you're people yearning to breathe free. And
Oh,
then on the other side you have somebody who has another logical part is we cannot sustain ourselves as a country and give a quality of life to people who are born here if we are also taking resources and giving it to people who are just coming through and uh, they see these programs already set up for uh, us to take advantage of. Why not just go to America? So there's like this. You need this. They no, not you. They need that dichotomy, and they're playing us into arguing with
first
each
down,
other
Georgia.
over it. Well, it's like it's a divide. They like us fighting each other because it distracts.
Oh, this game's gonna go into overtime. I could just feel it.
That's
All right, so
all of
we'll
them.
be here. We'll be here for another 30 minutes.
So,
By the way, these two teams are playing right now. Don't be surprised if it goes into multiple overtimes.
This was a pretty good game.
That's why I call it the uniparty. That's why I call. I mean, that's why I called Democrats, Republicans.
Yep.
Now
you saw it.
Yeah, he threw Carson.
Yeah. That was a horrible throw. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Why wasn't he pulled out of the game?
I don't know.
So, for anyone who talks about this Carson Beck, you are ass. Like, I don't know why people are hyping this kid up. Like, that was a horrible throw. You do that in the NFL, that's an easy interception by a good
quarterback who plays for a top school.
Yeah, and I get criticized for saying that. That was a bad throw. Like, how the hell?
He's had so many bad things that he bad throws, just bad mistakes, and people have said he's one of the only quarterbacks that could go in the first round. And I think, and that's why the quarterback class this year is absolute buns. Shedeur Sanders is not going to be anything in the NFL besides a backup quarterback. And I'm going to say that right now. Carson Beck isn't going to be anything but maybe a third stringer, maybe a backup, maybe another Kenny Pickett. Like Jackson Dart, okay, he's okay. Cam Ward, okay. Who's another guy? I think the only quarterback that is currently in college football that is any of some sort of starting quarterback in the NFL is Arch Manning. And he's so early in his career, in his college career, that he can't even get drafted yet.
I would have that man stay the full 4 years and get all of that experience.
I don't think
so when he enters.
Right now,
he's
it's so hilarious. It's so hilarious you bring that up. A guy who's not even playing is so good.
Yeah.
Where did I hear this? Where did I hear this story before? He was in Clemson. He was undefeated in high school. He was a 5-star recruit, went to Clemson, lost only one game. When he went to Jacksonville, he was going on a rebuild team. What is going on with this guy, Trevor Lawrence? That's why I don't believe that BS hype.
Trevor Lawrence.
Just because his name is a Manning does not mean.
No. That's not why. I've watched this guy's highlights and how he's played this year when Quinn Ewers has been out, and he's played fantastic.
All right.
It's
So
not just the name. It's maybe the name has some significance of why.
All right. Game over.
But I can tell you for a fact
So
that
I want to say this because his father was way talented, way better than Peyton and Eli. Okay, way better. He didn't go to the NFL because he suffered a severe life-threatening injury that had nothing to do with football. So he retired, but we never got to see his father. But he was more talented. They're saying the same thing about his son. Okay, and so this is why I don't believe the hype of until they play top competition and they win.
But he's played some top competition when he has come in this season. Although I am gonna have to see it the rest of the season and next season. So
All right.
it's
All right. I gotta.
do not end the stream. Do not end the stream.
Dude, it's my channel. You had like 3.
We're having a conversation right now.
I'm gonna go sleep, bro.
Schedule.
All right.